Fuck you, Dad. Yeah. And then after the top left there.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Pull a little closer. All right, that should be good. And then
Who started the second one again?
that was me just messing around with it
Sure,
to show Nadia because she was interested in the game.
Oh, cool.
Sure could go for somebody just wailing away on me.
Or maybe that was when I let Tyler try it. Because I was like, and then he went and bought it when he went home.
Oh, cool.
And then now that we're going, I'm going to go post in some Discord servers that we are streaming.
Look at that.
Which I have quite a few of these. Now, Michael, I wanted to ask you, because I feel like I haven't actually talked to you about this, but have you seen this other Smash Bros. Ripoff that's coming out now?
Like Warner Brothers?
Yeah, the Warner Brothers one. Have you heard about this?
I think I saw the trailer. Yeah, I don't know. How does it look to you?
I think it looks like it actually might be fun.
Okay.
One thing that that made me think that is that the trailer, they actually came out and said that they slowed down the footage to make it a little easier to see, but that the gameplay itself is actually a lot faster. One other thing is that they actually have all the original voice actors for every one of the characters.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of cool. So like it's Kevin Conroy as Batman, George Newbern as Superman. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but the same woman that played Wonder Woman in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Finn and Jake. Now, here's the interesting thing. I assume you saw that one of the characters was Arya Stark.
Yeah. That was strange to me.
So there is this something that's interesting about it is there's this element of like adult characters.
Yeah, that was interesting to me.
And as much as Game of Thrones isn't exactly something people really care too much about anymore.
Yeah, I think Warner Brothers.
They're just shoving it in there because they own it.
That's
really all it is.
They wouldn't be making like 25 other Game of Thrones spin-off shows. They didn't think people were still interested for some reason.
That's true. That's true. So here's the thing. The game, now it wasn't a total surprise when I saw that trailer because it had kind of leaked out already that this game was going to come to exist. So I kind of had an idea of it beforehand. Now, the roster also had 2 additional characters in that leak that were not shown off yet.
Oh, really?
Which was Gandalf. Now, if they have Ian McKellen actually coming in to voice the character, that's going to be kind of impressive to me.
Yeah, I don't know what he wanted to do that after The Hobbit and how he
I wouldn't think.
think.
Here's the thing: if he actually like does this, that'll tell you that this even is less cash grabby than the Hobbit movies,
Right.
which is kind of sad. But post, got post everywhere. All right, last one. Yeah, the other one was Rick from Rick and Morty.
What?
Yeah, so Gandalf and Rick were the other 2 characters.
It's a cool kind of mix of characters, eclectic mix of characters.
Well, and then guess what the next 2 after that are supposed to be?
At this point, I don't even have a clue.
Mad Max and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
All right.
So,
Why not?
so it's just a thing. No, it's not. It's not. So Tim had some troubles. His driveway is all snowed in. He just had some stuff going on today.
Right now.
Yeah, so he was not able to make it in person. He did say he's going to come and hang out with us in the chat. While we do Hades though. So we should still have Tim here. But yeah, and then maybe tomorrow we maybe we'll do a Sekiro stream. Which actually, Michael, I was going to say, do you want to hang out tomorrow? Too? What are you doing? Because you said you don't work, right?
I don't, but usually Wednesdays are my busiest school day.
Oh, okay.
It is basically my last school Wednesday.
Right.
But I am basically going to be at Hamlin all day long.
Right. No, fair enough.
You know. Otherwise, I definitely.
No, yeah. Well, I was just the only reason I said anything is because I work in the morning, right, this whole week, so I will actually be home.
3, right?
Yeah, by 3, and then for the whole evening. But if you're busy, obviously, don't worry about it.
3 that I get done with my second class, so I know.
Just don't school.
It's lame, but if I can get all my homework shit I need done for those classes that day before 3,
yeah,
maybe I'll pop over for a couple hours.
For sure. The main reason I brought it up too is because Nadia has some plans that she's like going to be busy with.
Okay.
So I was going to say, hey, if you wanted to hang out, like,
yeah,
I have like the whole evening open to do whatever I want.
Oh, sure.
So.
When she's getting back.
Well, she's actually going to be here doing
Oh.
it's like over the internet, doing a thing at the kitchen or. God damn it, she got me a dining room table. With a dining room table, not a kitchen table.
Well, good.
But so yeah, like I mean, we could even I don't know. I even honestly thought about going maybe grabbing a drink or something somewhere.
That's cool. I mean, I will for sure be. Who knows? My last class, last week ended like around 8. So
Okay.
I've done a little earlier than usual.
Like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would usually get out around 9.
Okay. And then probably, maybe not, after that, just because then I will have to be getting up early this whole week.
Right.
So.
Oh, right.
But I mean, if it doesn't work out, it's not a big deal. I mean, we're going to hang out on Thursday and either Saturday or Sundays too, so. Which actually, does one of those days work better for you? Saturday or Sunday?
I was just reading that little pot of lore. Okay.
I was just saying, do you have a preference? Does like either Saturday or Sunday work better for you this weekend?
For this weekend for hanging out? I think I have both days open.
Pretty much consistently. We could honestly hang out both days, actually.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I have this whole weekend open. I mean, I work in the mornings, but like 3 p.m. the end of the day, and then especially Sunday because I don't work Monday.
Yeah.
Right. So. Also, hey Ulysses. Ulysses asked, "This is your last semester, isn't it?"
Yep. Yeah, I'm graduated. 4-year degree. It only took 10 years.
Well, hey, I mean, it still happened.
And to be fair, a couple of those years I was
not actually going to school. Well, yeah, I mean, when you just take years off, I mean, those years almost don't count. But hey, I should ask Ulysses, does Saturday or Sunday work better for you specifically too? And I'll ask Alex the same thing because I want us to. We're gonna watch a couple of Nicolas Cage movies this weekend.
Yeah, whichever day works better for them.
Either works. All right. Well, Ulysses says either one works. So I guess we'll see what. Yeah, we'll see what works better for Alex and plan based around that. Because I mean, shit, we could do a stream one day, and then if Alex can't make it that, I mean, or a week with Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, like we could actually do that 4-person stream a little bit too. Potentially, yeah, we actually could. But I also want to just kind of hang out a little bit too, just the 4 of us, because it's been so long since that happened.
For sure.
So we could maybe pick if we wanted to do a stream, we could find like a game that is only like 2 hours long or something like that, and do like a really short game like stream or something.
Sure.
If we wanted to do one, otherwise I think I'm going to be doing a stream every day this week.
Holy cow, really?
Every weekday for sure. So tomorrow, Tim is going to come over when I get home from work at 3, and we're going to do Sekiro for a couple hours. Thursday, you and me again.
Right. Yeah.
Friday, Corbin
Oh,
is
cool.
going to come over, and we're actually going to finish a game called Gree that we started streaming a while ago and just have not finished.
I don't know if I know about that one.
It's really good. It's a really good art game. That's one of those games that's only a couple of hours long that we could do in like the whole thing in like a single sitting.
For sure.
Greed's really good. I'll have to show you some footage for it. It's very pretty. It's got this really great water 2D platformer puzzle game with this kind of really great watercolor art style, and you're like restoring color to the world every time you like finish a level. And so like the color, this like watercolor art style like evolves over the course of the game.
Funny how many games are like that with Bob and blue stuff. Yeah, I assume it's like monochromatic before.
Yeah, a lot of very much so at the beginning. Yeah. Here's another thing about that multiverses game, right?
Yeah.
That somebody asked one of the developers online. They were just throwing questions right around on Twitter, and somebody asked about, like, what's the limit here, right? As far as what characters that you're gonna put in this game.
That there are some limits.
Well, and they specifically asked about like horror franchises. And whether like horror movie like villains and stuff could potentially make it into the game, and that developer just went with a resounding yes.
Yeah.
So like Freddy Krueger, like that kind of like that's 100% going to be part of
That's
this.
just a total mess. It's just
Yeah, Freddy Krueger versus Batman versus Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. Indie games have an entire genre that's just big-headed kids, cute animals restoring lighter color to a dark world. Oh yeah, that's 100% true.
Okay, let's go with money or dark. Let's go.
Sure, here you
That'll
go.
help both of us here.
Get that Charlie Murphy stat up.
Wait, why can't I talk to the Rock?
Oh, you can talk to The Rock eventually.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's still, yeah, that's
At some
not
point,
come up
you
yet.
just, like, hey, talk to my Rock. And you're like, oh, that's kind of weird, man.
I don't want to talk to your Rock. Go talk to your own cock. How you doing, Ulysses? What's up? We're going to be, me and Ulysses, actually tonight, me and Ulysses are going to be, so Alex is at a wedding today. He's marrying a gnome.
That makes a lot of sense. His wedding?
No, it's a friend of his. But yeah, so he can't be here for the stream tonight. So we're putting Knights of the Old Republic on a 1 week break,
Okay.
and then we're going to be playing. Me and Ulysses are going to be doing Hotline Miami 2. Because I'd been kind of streaming that like solo by myself a little bit, and I've yet to finish it. So that's what me and Ulysses are gonna. I know, because we were playing that was the Tuesday night, right, with Alex and Ulysses was Knights of the Old Republic, and that's what we were streaming. I think we only did three weeks of it. Back in August before Deathloop came out, so we were like, all right, Deathloop's a new release. I want to do that for our Tuesday night, so we took a break to do Deathloop, and then Deathloop we got 3 episodes in, and then it was October, and we're like, all right, well we want to play a horror game for October, so let's take a break from Deathloop to play Outlast. Outlast took all of October. We got back to Deathloop in November. It took us a lot of November to finish Deathloop off. And then we got back to KOTOR. Now Alex is gone for a week, so we're putting KOTOR on pause again.
I was on that 1 week.
What's that?
Then I was on that 1 week.
So the week of Thanksgiving, we basically just didn't do most of the streams. I think the only stream I actually did that week was, I think I might have done some solo streams with Hotline Miami 2, and then we plan to finish KOTOR sometime in 2027. as long as we finish KOTOR. But oh, hey, No Name, how you doing, man? Welcome. How's work going?
Fine now.
Was just talking about how we're gonna finish Gree on Friday, you and me. Wow, that was quick. 14 minutes for the first. Yeah, see, that's just to say it gets fast once you really start. Nailing the shit down.
Yeah, and I got this boon for the sword, or one of the Daedalus hammers, where it's it halves my health but every time I land a strike, it increases my health by 2 points.
Oh, nice.
So it's an easy way.
That's awesome. Hey, Irish Callie's in the house. How you doing? Welcome. Good to see you.
You almost sounded like you're trying to sound a little Irish there for just a second.
Did I? I didn't mean to. I definitely wasn't trying to. Oh yeah, wow, you only have 50 health, but then every time you strike, it increases it.
Every time there's a bit of green action.
Oh, okay. Cool. Don't culturally appropriate.
Yeah, you bastard.
Well, I mean,
Bigoted bastard.
I'm a dirty Italian myself, so only I can say that. Doing good. Thanks on a break. Saw you playing this awesome game. Had to stop in. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you're having a good day at work. I assume you taking a break at work is what you mean. Yeah. This is a great one. This is what? Number
Part 15.
15. We've been playing this one for a while now.
Yeah. You know what? I might as well go for more darkness here while I'm at it.
Yeah. Like I said, get more of that Charlie Murphy stat.
Oh, yeah. Let's make this quick. I always feel like in Asphodel and Carter, the enemies are slightly won't do as much damage to you for doing the extra.
Oh yeah, it's way much more worth it here.
Yeah.
For sure. So in my non-stream games, I got addicted. Oh yeah, so you do this off-stream so you can play it as much as you want. That's awesome. It's a great game. My co-host Michael here had played it pretty much all the way through. All to near 100%, right? Like basically everything
like
but the fishes.
I have the fishing prophecy.
That's like it.
But that one is hard.
And also, like, you don't feel that strong a desire either.
Yeah, it's like blood and darkness.
But yeah, so
I just hear there's another ending, of course, like any game.
Oh, if you get that.
100%.
Sure. But yeah, so we got, so Michael here had played this all the way through, and then he coming in with the expert knowledge when I'm coming and playing it, my first time run through, so it was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna let Thanatos have this one for the most part, because this is a small arena with a lot of
Oh yeah, you're getting hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Fair. I hate those snaky dudes when they're armored. Yeah. The witches. The witches are the bitches. I feel that's like my least favorite enemy type is the witches, because when there's so many of them, they all start shooting the bubbles at you. It's almost Cuphead like with how much shit's on screen with those specific enemy types. Working the end game at the moment, trying to get all the keepsakes leveled up. Nice. Yeah, we have. I mean, Michael, would you say at this point we've gotten like a lot of the story, right?
We have, yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's probably, like I said, it's probably around 100 attempts. It might have been sooner than that.
That you got everything?
Like I got the ending with.
Because we're only in like 30 something, I want to say right now. Yeah. We're like around 40.
There's an ending centering around this one painting. If anybody's gotten that far, then they'll
okay.
Let's see.
Also, always look for something with the flex of the witches taking. Yeah, make sure those witches get stitches. Exactly. Those bitch witches get stitches. Monster closets with lava floors suck to play in any game. That's true.
That's very true.
Lava floors are annoying.
Yeah, this stage is. It does have different configurations to the chambers.
Sure.
Every now and then, so you never know just how limited the field is.
Sure.
How easy it's going to be
No, for sure. Well, and I do believe that we decided that once got my first complete after nearly 25 attempts, I was so happy. Nice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's satisfying. We got our first complete, I think, a little early, purely because Michael had already 100% of the game,
well,
and so you knew a lot. You knew a lot of what to do and how to do it already.
Game, knowing what you're doing right away when jumping into a game is gonna help.
So he kind of boosted up my playthrough and made it a lot speedier.
But I think
carrying
overall,
that knowledge
you
in.
probably beat the boss Hades more times than I have.
I've also spent this whole year playing every Dark Souls game that's ever come out.
Sure.
And so I have been tuning myself to difficulty settings kind of a lot.
Okay, who's
But no, it's satisfying, Irish Cali. It's really satisfying.
Let's go with Zeus.
I believe we have decided that once we do finish Hades, that our game that you're going to co-host after this is going to be Control.
That would be cool.
Because and that's going to be one where I'm honestly, unless you are like, I'm stuck, can you just get us past this so we can keep going? Unless you specifically do ask me to play for you, I think I'm going to just let you play that entire thing, and I'm purely going to be the co-host.
It'll be nice to play a video game other than maybe for the last 2 years.
Control was my 2019 game of the year too, so
Sure.
I'm a big fan. I platinumed Control even. And I don't do that. I don't care about trophies for the most part. I don't go out of my way to get trophies for games or achievements or whatever. But Control is one of those rare games where I just felt compelled to squeeze every little bit that I could get out of it. That and the randomness of the boons is always a yay/boo moment. Yeah, if you don't get any good ones.
When you knock foes away, they are attacked by lightning. That's cool.
God, I can head out to good luck hating. Hey, we'll see you later, No Name. I say text Tim, tell him that we're going, because I thought he was going to pop in here right away.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, both of those sound pretty cool. I don't remember the Sea Storm one.
Control was so good. Looking forward to those streams. Yeah, man, Michael will have the full, fresh, first-time reaction for all that, too.
I can't wait till we play that next Batman with the Court of Owls in it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, have a good one, No Name. Have a good rest of your day at work. We played an hour of Control on the PS5, and the rest was kind of nonsensical. Watching Dom, can't really spoil it with the crit. It's pretty nuts. Although it's weird, but I tell you, I could, if you really wanted, I could simplify it and explain it to you. I think pretty easily, honestly. As weird as it is, I don't think it's as incomprehensible sometimes as people make it out to be. Especially if you already know Alan Wake and all of the lore of Alan Wake pretty well.
You're like a fanatic when it comes to Alan Wake.
Dude, I could fucking teach a class. I can teach a class.
And the way the liberal arts colleges work nowadays, they'd let you teach that class.
Oh shit! I mean, maybe I should.
Your professor like that.
Well, shit. Maybe I should look into this career path.
Oh yeah, you can teach all kinds of nonsense. Liberal arts colleges today.
Get tenure, bro. But yeah, honestly, Irish Cali, I don't think that the story of Control is that hard to follow. Honestly, like I like if you're not used to, I suppose maybe the genre, maybe I guess it maybe comes off as kind of nuts. But I think if you've ever immersed yourself in kind of the weird kind of fiction, you know, it honestly explains itself pretty well by the end, especially if you play all the expansions and stuff, because there's an Alan Wake expansion for Control that really kind of breaks the lore open in some really interesting ways. Yeah, I caused a couple hours here and there on his streams, but definitely want to go through it. My backlog just keeps. Yeah, hey, I hear that. That backlog is always it's always a thing. I will say,
I was amazed.
I cleared.
I was impressed how you got through that.
Yeah, I actually finished my entire backlog during the pandemic. I mean, I don't like. I know that the lack
that's
of.
What you did during the time of COVID.
Yeah.
Was you played.
Yeah.
You played all your video games.
Def get into it when I sit down for a day, but never. Honestly, Irish Cali, I would honestly recommend playing Alan Wake first before Control, because I think Control will make more sense if you've played Alan Wake first. Especially the Alan Wake expansion will make a lot more sense if you've played Alan Wake, for sure. But yeah, no, I literally finished my entire backlog during the pandemic. That is because I mean, a lot of people, you know, didn't get around to a lot because there's a sense of depression and isolation that sets in from a lack of human contact and socialization. But I'm a little bit of a sociopath, so I don't really feel that. No. I could be like, you know, left alone in a cabin in the woods for like 5 years, and I'd be fine. So yeah, I did. I had the energy. I fucking worked through my entire backlog of video games. I even replayed a bunch of classics on top of that during the pandemic. So like, and I've got like a small handful of games that have kind of built up since I started working again that I haven't finished. Oh, you only got 3 days off for the pandemic? Damn.
Same here, man.
So you worked through the whole thing.
Through the
Well, hey, I applaud you. I do. For just staying out there, you know.
They didn't pay us any extra. Well, maybe they hopefully paid Irish Galaxy more, but
They didn't pay you anymore. I hope you got paid more, Irish. I hope you got paid more. Basically, I am a hermit. I'm a hermit. I am absolutely a hermit. I will 100% admit to that. If I didn't have a job, do you realize how much streaming I would do?
Oh, shit. I finished this boss with full health by the end of it.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, do you understand how much streaming I could do if I didn't?
Darkness.
So right now, this and I really got to do Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I tried it 4 times. This last attempt sucked, man. I finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I kind of had to force myself to finish it. To be honest, I don't like how big the Assassin's Creed games have gotten.
That was your favorite Assassin's Creed?
It was not my favorite. I don't know. I felt this way about Odyssey too. But I find the games to be too big and time consuming now, and I want to play every game I can get my hands on. So I really like when games are shorter, that I can get into them, finished, but
Fields of Elysium.
I wish I got no extra pay watching everywhere I get thousands of dollars for being home. Yeah, seriously. You definitely should have been paid extra. You definitely should have been. Both of you should have been.
Well, they talked about doing that at UPS for like up to now.
But then they never actually did. Yeah, big is good, bloated's another story. All comes down to how well something uses its time. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I to each their own, right? That's just my personal opinion. But the last couple of Assassin's Creed games, I used to really like Assassin's Creed, but I have not been a fan of them recently. I think they're too big. I think they're too bloated. That's the thing, is Odyssey started out really cool, and then it just got boring because it was too long and there was too much of the same thing. I felt the same way about Valhalla. Like, it started out cool, and like there actually is a pretty good structure to it, but then it goes on for 100 hours, and I'm like, all right, like, I mean, goddamn, at least 70. At least 70, for sure. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just too much time. Like, I don't want to spend 70 hours on any game.
More health.
I really don't. Like, I honestly really like a game to cap out around the 25 to 30 hour mark, generally. I mean, again, it's like, if it's consistently fun and it keeps my attention the whole time, I mean, I guess it could be extra long, but I'm guessing because I'm in the States now, seeing my home country's portraits is more of a feel-good thing. Oh, is there like a big like Ireland expansion to Valhalla? I say, I don't know, this game isn't as hard as Sekiro, but it's on the same level. Well, you have to play more. I mean, yeah, it's that's cool. Okay, so there's a big Ireland expansion. That's pretty cool. I guess for me, I like the environments are one of the things I love about Assassin's Creed. It's what I don't like is the mission structure. I feel has gotten repetitive, if that makes sense. Like the environments and the like actual design and visualization of everything, I love that. I think seeing all the historical periods, that's all amazing.
Maybe shoved up before that.
Right. The Irish Cali, me and my co-host Tim, who actually is half-assed Druid in the chat there, that is Tim. He, well, that was the last Sekiro. Was that not the last Sekiro stream we did? Was beating that? Or no, the two streams ago we beat that, and then we did one more after that, I want to say. Like the mystery aspects, the demon people, it gave me Witcher vibes. Well, I mean, the ever since Assassin's Creed Origins, the Egypt one, they basically kind of soft rebooted Assassin's Creed into being The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
They changed it into being The Witcher. They saw how successful an open world game Witcher was, And now the last 3 Assassin's Creed, Origins, the Odyssey, and Valhalla, have all had the basic structure of The Witcher's like open world mission design. The Witcher's another game that I liked it, but goddamn, I thought it was too long. I really did. Change the landscape of open world. Oh yeah, absolutely. But even The Witcher, even The Witcher 3, as good as it is, and I did think it was a great game, I still thought it was too fucking long. I thought it was too fucking long. I'm just like, I want to move on and play another game. Like, I want to play as many games as I can get my hands on, and I prefer shorter experiences for that reason. Now, like, if you're the kind of person that, like, you only buy one game, you know, every once in a while, right? Like, once a year you'll go get a game and you're like, all right, hopefully this lasts until, you know, next year when I feel like getting another one. I get how a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or The Witcher 3 is great for someone like that, because you are going to spend all this time on this one game. Just going through the story, it's like 40 hours, decent length, like 20 hours. Well, I mean, that if you're just doing the story, but like you got to do a lot of side missions to level yourself up to be able to do the story missions, and then you're talking about like over 100 hours if you're doing all of the side stuff too. And that's where I think it trips it up, because once you start going into the hundreds, to me, I'm like, even Red Dead Redemption 2, which I also liked. I think it was. I honestly would say I think that game was too long. I enjoyed it the whole time, but there was a part of me going like, all right, you could have downsized this a little bit. But again, I get that those games are really appealing for people that only buy one game every once in a great while.
That would be me.
So there you go. So like for someone like you, Red Dead 2, like if you really liked the game, that's a great game for you because you can spend so much time in it, right? Hades is also kind of like that because you can, but Hades is a little different because it's a roguelike and that's kind of a different, unique category unto itself, I think. So I'm treating Valhalla in between other games. I'm trying not to get burnt out. Double-edged sword, because if you spend too much time you lose the love. Yeah, that's true. People like me, I just played Assassin's Creed Valhalla straight through all the way without taking breaks and playing other games. I don't like taking breaks to play other games, honestly. For the most part, I like to just play a game and finish that game, right? And then move on to the next game.
Yeah, you're a single mind.
I am. Like I play a more variety of games now, and I bounce around more now because I'm streaming, right? And I've got different games for different co-hosts. So I do bounce around a little bit more now than I used to. But like if I'm playing games on my own time, I pick up a game and I play the whole game. As someone who tends to milk overly long games to completion, I think open world games that are super long can be fun. Can be fun if you like to immerse yourself in the world. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree with that. I just for me, like a big open world game, I would love if they ended at about 50 to 60 hours. I think that's like my preferred time for like a really big open world game. Give me like 50, 60 hours.
I agree with Irish Cali about Hades.
Because of the stopping points.
Yeah.
Being able to
like
come back.
And areas where it's easily just be like, okay, I can take a break.
Yeah. Yeah, Returnal is like that too. And more so now because Returnal added like an extra save feature where you can stop in between. You can save kind of at any time.
Right.
Whereas before, if you turned off the game, you would actually have to restart from the beginning every time you turned it on again. Which Hades is, I guess, like that. Irish Cali, I'm curious, how are you enjoying Returnal though? I want to hear more about what your thoughts on Returnal are, because I loved Returnal. I beat that game. I got like the extra ending, like all the endings, and played through all that. And that game was fucking fantastic. Actually, Michael, I actually think you'd really like Returnal too. It's got a lot of similarities to Hades. It's also roguelike. There's some very similar stuff going on there, but also very different in many other respects too. Hard as shit too. Like Returnal is. Oh, I honestly found Returnal more difficult than some of the Souls games. Like I honestly thought it was harder than like Demon Souls and Bloodborne were. Has anyone seen that Witcher 3 is getting a free DLC to add quality of life shit and add tie-ins to the TV show? No, I had not. I had not seen that. Well, I know that they're going to be putting out like a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, like next gen iteration of the game. I did hear that. Granted, that's been delayed like 5 times because CD Projekt Red can't put out anything successful lately.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Oh god, you know the PS5 and S5, those are the next gen versions of Cyberpunk. Now they're not even coming out till next year, and they diverted their development team away from making or fixing the game to make DLC, even though the game is still not fixed yet. Only halfway through, but it's addicting once you're in, and interesting story scraps and horror elements is awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, Returnal was great. That's up there as one of my favorite games this year for sure. Should add a DLC to Cyberpunk that makes it work. That's Ulysses. 5 years post-release is pretty good, but you can really tell the difference between Cyberpunk and Witcher because holy crap, Cyberpunk is terrible. So glad I missed out on Cyber. Here's the thing, I didn't get the hype going into the game. Right, like the whole time there was all the marketing for it, and people were like freaking out about how awesome it looked.
I mean, I think for me, the biggest selling point, even though I really didn't have a system to play that game on at the time, the biggest selling point for me was like, oh, Keanu Reeves, that's kind of cool. Maybe
right, that's it though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Well, my thing is just like, the idea of the game seemed shitty. Like the concept to me seemed shitty. It's Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Like Blade Runner 2049.
Well, but Blade Runner 2049 is Blade Runner. Blade Runner has its own unique aesthetic, personality. Batman Beyond is also cyberpunk and has its own unique personality and aesthetic. Well, Akira has its own personality and aesthetic.
Project,
oh yeah. No, I 100%.
Of Witcher.
Yeah, they wanted a GTA version of Witcher. Just, yeah, like Tim said. That's true. Based on their track record, people were excited. Yeah. But I also think, I don't know. To me, I saw, like, the Cyberpunk game. Yeah, people did. They did. They thought it was going to, I mean, in a way, it kind of is defining. It is defining.
Defining for them in a very unfortunate way.
Yeah, it's defining in not the way they wanted.
She was childless the way she looks after and cares for all this.
God damn. Poseidon throwing some shade. Damn, dude. Being a catty bitch.
That's what gods are, catty bitches.
They are. Although, I think Karth in Knights of the Old Republic is more of a catty bitch, though.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, he's just a bitch, so.
There's more than enough children.
I gotta admit, I was interested after the first trailer, but I think it kind of pulled a Dead Island bait. Yeah, no, it did, where they showed something very different in the trailers than what the game actually was. 100%. 100%. Because, like, here's my thing, right? Like I was just saying, Blade Runner, Batman Beyond, Akira, like, you can think of all these different cyberpunk things, right? All these different things that are part of the cyberpunk genre. But they all have unique personalities and aesthetics and stories and worlds all unto themselves. Whereas this game, just called Cyberpunk, to me it's too interested in just trying to be defined by the genre that it didn't have its own personality. It was generic. It was Cyberpunk, but it was generic Cyberpunk, and there was nothing identifying about it.
It would be like if you named a game after any genre, like you called a game The Western 1867.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how, it'd be like if Red Dead 2 was called Western 1872.
Yeah, right.
Or if you put out an action movie that was called Action Movie 2003. 1997. Action. It's like just the whole concept of the title of the game is so fucking stupid to me.
I think it was really, they only had that title conceived of because of something like Blade Runner 2049.
Probably.
Was a sci-fi property that had a title like that.
Yeah. But at least Blade Runner had Blade Runner in its title, like they put the year in there, but like at least it still had Blade Runner.
Like for me, based off that title, it seemed like a game that was only going to be like style.
Yeah. All style, no style. It didn't even really have style either. Is the thing. That's the problem. It had neither. Let's see. Irish Cow said, "I'd love to see an Akira game maybe biased, but one of my first manga movies. No, Akira's awesome, dude. That's a classic. If Akira hadn't come to exist, Blade Runner might not exist, right? The Blade Runner. So I mean, there's the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and then the manga Akira took a lot of inspiration from that book, and then the movie Blade Runner took a lot of visual inspiration from the manga of Akira, and then the anime of Akira took a lot of inspiration from the movie of Blade Runner. So like those two franchises really. Yeah, it's totally, yeah. Theseus sucks. Right. Oh, Tim did a highlight my message for that one too. That's great. But no, Akira, Irish Callie, have you heard that there's actually a new Akira anime in the works from the original artist, right? Both the author and the illustrator of the manga, and who is also the same person that directed the anime film, is actually, yeah, that same guy that did both the original manga and directed the anime movie is doing a new Akira series, and it's going to be a series this time instead of a movie. And it sounds like they want, because in the Akira manga, right, is 6 volumes long. The Akira animated movie is essentially the first 2 volumes and then part of volume 6 stitched onto the end of volume 2. So there's volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5 that basically none of that material was adapted to the movies. And there's a lot of really good stuff in there. And even volume 6, only like maybe a third of that was adapted in the movie. So there's all this material from the Akira book, from the manga, that was never done in any sort of adaptation. And I'm really excited, actually, that not only the original creator is doing it, but here's an opportunity for you to get an even more fleshed out, long-form version of that story. Like, you know in Scott Pilgrim, when the vegan, right, Brandon Routh's vegan ex-boyfriend, right, is like, she's talking about how he punched a hole in the moon for me once. That's from the Akira manga, something that's not in the animated movie. In the Akira manga, there's a scene where Tetsuo looks up to his master, who Akira, the little boy, is actually a full-on character too. He's not like just a dissected right thing. Like in the movie, he's like already dead, but like his mind exists in some weird way. Whereas in the book, the actual kid Akira is actually a walking, talking character. So Tetsuo like looks up at him and he's like, the moon? And he's like, yes, the moon. And Tetsuo fucking flies up into space and actually punches a hole in the moon and causes like fucking tsunamis to like fuck up the whole planet and shit. And like half of the series takes place in like a crazy like the last 20 minutes of Akira are taking place in a kind of an apocalyptic setting.
Right.
Where like it's like Tokyo has been destroyed a second time. Right? But it's only at the end. Whereas in Akira, that happens like halfway through. And the whole second half of the story is taking place in like this is like another even more crazy apocalypse kind of thing. Like there's a lot of really great storytelling there.
Okay.
As long as they got some of the originals working on it, I'm down. It's going to be the night and day of Dragon Ball GT versus Super. Is there that big a difference between them, between GT and Super? Because I'll be honest, I'm not a...
People hated Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've heard people say that, but I'm not a fan of any of that, so...
That was one of those examples of something that was considered continuity.
And then they decanonized
so
it.
that they were like, yeah, fuck, no, that's just really...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I know vaguely... But I'm not a fan of any Dragon Ball, really. So to me, I guess I
like some Dragon Ball.
I like some of the video games.
I like Dragon Ball Z. I did as a kid. I loved Dragon Ball Z.
Anime hates the moon. Getting flashback to Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath is a crazy game. We should play that for a stream sometime. That game's just ridiculous.
All right, let's go straight for the
That's true, though.
Oh, let's get some more help, though.
That's a good idea. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I like some of the Dragon Ball Z video games. Because I think it works. To me, it works better as a video game than it does as a series or like a show or a movie to me. Like the format of a video game just makes more sense
But
for
I
that.
have to say, every time I've gone to the movie theater and seen some of the
Well-
TV films that have released in theaters,
Sure.
for whatever reason, I get super into them. Like I saw Resurrection F with Frieza.
Well,
That was cool because I hadn't seen Dragon Ball in so long, and it did feel nostalgic.
To go back to it.
Way.
well, like here's a question I have for you. Do you think that part of the reason you enjoyed the movie is because they had to, because of the format of a film, they were forced to cut out the 20 episodes of them trying to shit their pants in between a fight?
It felt Resurrection F felt like a tighter story.
I think the movies probably all do compared to the show.
Yeah, and I didn't get to see the Broly, the new Broly one.
Oh yeah, I heard that was
I
interesting.
heard that was at least very cool. So,
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, it's like old Star Wars versus new Star Wars. Well, here's the thing. Depends on how, because
new Star Wars should be canonized as well.
yeah, but also some of the old Star Wars should also be gotten rid of too, because some of the old Star Wars is also garbage. So, like some of the new Star Wars is garbage. The old Star Wars is garbage.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna be
just-
having some controversial opinions here because I was a kid that grew up, I guess, liking Star Trek more than I did Star Wars.
Star Trek has a lot of fucking garbage though.
Yeah,
too.
no, it does. But
More,
I
honestly.
did like Star Trek more.
Sure.
And,
I will agree that the highs are higher,
yeah.
but Star Trek has some unbelievable lows
Star
too.
Trek can be much.
No, a lot of. Well, yeah, it can be much smarter. Like episodes like Space Seed in the original series is still an amazing sci-fi story to me.
And there are a lot of those in the old series and Next Generation.
There's a good number of them, but there's like an equal amount of garbage or greater.
Well, part of that is just it's the 90s and
Rotating writers,
the decades.
rotating guest writers is the big part of it. Because the writing team changed constantly, so like you didn't have the same people working on it. That's a huge part of
It's
it.
also going to take on the cringe of the decade it was made in.
That's true. That's true.
What seemed like a great idea is not always going to be considered.
Yeah. But then like some of it does hold up, right? So like there's some of it is
Well,
like
because some of it is
Some of it really does.
objectively good story,
Yeah.
and then some of it just happened to be made in a way that appealed to our modern taste more. You know.
Sure.
So,
only watched Dragon Ball after playing. Oh, so you played the games first. See, I always had way more of an interest in the games. I thought that Dragon Ball's games just, I don't know, it worked, the format to me just worked better.
I liked Budokai and a lot of those.
Yeah, the original Budokai games, Dragon Ball Fighters, the most recent one that kind of has that
Right.
Marvel
That
versus
was
Capcom
cool.
style. That's an amazing game, I think.
Yeah.
Star Wars Christmas Special is the best film ever made. What are you talking about? Have you ever sat through the Star Wars
I've
Christmas
tried not
Special?
to. I've gone my whole life.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun, dude. Chewbacca's dad watches VR porn on Christmas Day in the living room.
That's like all dads do.
You want to watch Dragon Ball Z, watch Team 4-Star Abridged. Keeps the story the same, but oh my god, I laugh so much. This is more of like more of a parody kind of thing.
What is?
Irish Cat was suggesting a Dragon Ball Z like abridged thing where like they cut out. I think they cut out a lot of
That
it.
might just make it better.
Yeah, I mean you have to cut out a lot of it to me to make it work at all. Again, that's why I think I think it works better as a game. I really do. I really, really do. 'Cause
Well, it's like kind of the same thing with the story of the time it was made in, because at that time,
I didn't like it even then.
much drawn out serialized storytelling was that was the format of storytelling.
Right, but 3 hours of constipation was not the general format
I'm
of
just saying, like,
storytelling.
it's basically the same.
But it was off-putting to me even
But
at the time.
That's what I'm saying though. But if it was made today, it would be shorter. It would be more condensed. It's the same content. It's just at a pace that is.
Sure. Oh, they have Attack on Titan ones too.
Malicious, I accept this message.
Stormblade, man.
I'm a big. I don't know if you can see this, Irish Galley, but I'm a pretty big Attack on Titan fan myself.
He's gigantic. He's the first person I knew that was.
I'm a Titanic fan. If you would.
No, why don't you kill yourself?
He hates puns.
Yeah.
I mean, I do too, just not as much as you do. Sometimes I'll make them to piss you off.
What the fuck?
But I do generally dislike puns as well, actually.
They're just not
It was intellectually lazy.
good. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, whoever. Did you say that or so?
I said that.
Oh, then you are right.
For once. Fuck you. Nah. I actually do totally agree with you. I think puns are actually terrible, and that occasionally you get a good one because somebody really thinks about it and puts some effort in, but generally puns are garbage humor.
Yeah. Exactly. No.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I totally agree. I actually really hate puns.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said a week or two ago. It's like people say they like puns, but every time someone says one, everybody rolls their eyes.
Yeah, everybody rolls their eyes and groans, and then
they wish their life had
they wish they'd been dead so they didn't have to hear that going into their ear holes.
For Zeke's euthanization plan. Attack on Titan.
Right.
Shit, I missed that one.
Hans shows up like a badass to save the mom, pees himself, and won't turn, so he has to watch. And okay. So it's like people doing voiceovers. It's not just like it's not just truncating it. It's people doing like voiceovers, like to do like a parody of it, if I'm understanding correctly. Good voiceovers. Okay, cool. Hey, that sounds cool to me. Attack on Titan. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of my favorite shit. The next set of episodes, which I believe should be the final set of episodes, starts in about a month. Very excited about that.
I'm at maximum health bars.
You can get a couple more, at least one more pomegranate before you go in there.
Okay, let's see. How much do I have? 3.
Into the Attack on Titan game, like the Dynasty Warrior. That one, what's that goddamn developer called? I should be able to remember that.
It's funny that since you can't see your hands when you made that clacking sound, it sounded like you're doing that to your nuts. Now.
Oh, it's a cup. It's a cup. Don't ban me, Twitch. We're not that dirty. On Kenny and the Guns. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I wonder what because there's the whole, there's the. Such a significant change in what the world is in Attack on Titan. After the basement,
vanquished, he's fine. It's fine.
That's great. But so those games, right? That you were asking me about those Attack on Titan games earlier.
It's 2 guys, 1 cup.
Oh my God! Shut up, Ulysses! God damn it!
That was good, Ulysses.
That was good though. That was good. But yeah, like they changed with that Attack on Titan game. How interesting would it kind of be to see them do another game, that same developer?
That if anyone could train you into martial competence, it would be him.
Though you didn't expect that one day I would end up using everything I learned from him against you.
I anticipate more than you know. But Achilles merely practiced against mortals. Now you practice against me.
Every time Hades says something, I like to stop and listen because it's pretty badass.
No, that's awesome. But yeah, so like those Attack on Titan games that they've done, right? But like, how interesting would it be to see them do a third one, right? Now with the further story progression, right? The new environments, the World War I aesthetic and setting, and like these very different kinds of battle sequences that the story then has going forward, and how would that gameplay structure that they kind of worked out adapt having that, Right. Like, if you let me play as the Warhammer Titan,
that would be badass.
I'll be into it.
It would be badass to kind of focus more on the Titan form of combat.
Yeah, well, so it's interesting because the first game only adapted the first season, right? The second game adapted seasons 1 and 2, and then it had like a DLC expansion for the third season. So like and it started to let you play as some of the other Titans in that second one. Now I'm thinking if they do a third game, polish the gameplay more, add some more features, maybe get into the Yeah, play as the Cart Titan with the giant fucking anti-Titan rifle on its back. That'd be fucking awesome. Like, I really do. Someday there's gotta be, like, a really great AAA Attack on Titan game. Like, just like Guardians of the Galaxy just finally got, like, a really amazing game that just nailed that franchise and kind of did the perfect format for it. I really, really would like to see Attack on Titan get that treatment at some point in time. However that game works and however that structure goes, I think they should look at the Spider-Man games a lot. Look at the swinging around and kind of see if they can use that as a basis, and then, you know, iterate on it and change it a bit to fit Attack on Titan's personality and style. But like, you can start with that Spider-Man web swinging as like a step one, and then kind of figure out a system from there. Granted, those other games, the Koei Tecmo, that's the developer. The Koei Tecmo Attack on Titan games actually do make the swinging around part feel pretty fun. So like, they do, I think they have it down some of the way so far. And now that Attack on Titan's over too, I have been like kind of thinking harder on the tattoo that I want to eventually get for it. And I think I've got it pretty nailed out. I'm gonna do like kind of this like Byzantine kind of mural art of the 9 Titans, and like this kind of like almost like making them look like they're like a pantheon, kind of like standing all together. The only thing is I have to pick like exactly which forms for some of them, because like certain ones, like the Jaw Titan has had multiple different users across the story, so I have to kind of figure out like which Jaw Titan do I want to use, which, you know, for some of them. But the Warhammer Titan, but I also want them to look like there's that like portrait of a saint. Nice. But there's that like portrait of a saint almost of the Warhammer Titan, and but I want that like almost like saint-like portrait like kind of style applied to all of them, but then all of them together as these like, yeah. Nice. Oh shit. Yeah. Man, I would kind of like to see you play Returnal just to see how like.
Oh, sometimes they're like your nerves get so jittery. Nerve-wracking things on my play.
Returnal, like, for me, is almost like the Batman Arkham games, where, like, I felt like there was just, like, a rhythm eventually that I got into, where it almost felt like I hit a certain spot where I'm, like, almost just, like, in the perfect zone for that game, and then, like, everything is, like, just becomes buttery smooth. Like, yeah, like Ulysses and Alex can attest, I beat the final boss of that game on my first try. Because I just got into a rhythm. I had the right weapon, I had the right like attributes that I'd picked up across my run, and I just fucking had a rhythm. I got to that boss and I took it out in one try. Actually, the last 2 bosses of the game I took out in one try each, because I just had a good fucking run. I think, I believe, actually that was all scripted. We hired a Russian to do it for you virtually while you hit the buttons on stream. Of course.
Got him.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
How is this possible? That this...
Hey, come on, Hades. It's happened a bunch now.
Take me home.
Home tonight. I don't want to let you go to see the light.
Name of Hades.
In the name of Hades.
Fuck you, Dad.
In the name of Hades, I just killed yo ass, Hades.
Yeah, right?
Dude, and I got Titanblood, so
Blood.
really warm.
I think Chris is still stuck on the third boss in Returnal. He hasn't played it in a while. Take me home, country mold.
We did one little bit with Persephone here.
Yeah, let's get some lore and story and up in this bitch.
Ooh. Some water. Oh, here's the first
Oh,
on
hey.
surface.
That's awesome. I mean, I don't really care about the fish, to be completely honest, but
A trout.
it's just like a totally normal.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Is that you?
Mother?
That's very funny.
If there's ever anything around.
Anything else?
There's a cool little story segment that happens by this river.
Okay. Robber house.
I could not stand it on
It's not called Fuck You Mom.
Right, exactly.
Posturing, the posturing. My overbearing mother.
How did Persephone turn out to be such a normal person?
I would have left the mountain voluntarily, except
Father absconded with you, didn't he? Dragged you down with him into the underworld. So if Olympus were to find that out, I shudder to think of the consequences.
that fool is trying to protect me.
She's the
now.
black sheep of the family because she's
It wasn't
normal.
he who absconded with me, my son. And it's more complicated even than that. I was content to leave, willing to make my life within the underworld with your father.
I dare not ask who did bring
That's
you to
true.
Father then. So essentially, you ran away from home to live with him. I mean no disrespect, but did you realize what you were getting yourself into?
You realize what an asshole he was?
We have
Right?
a tendency to be impetuous when we are younger, Zagreus. I heard all about your father before we met. Admired paintings of him. It was very
Painting,
awkward
Virgo,
at
painting.
first,
Interesting.
but he had a bluntness I fancied. A sense of principle. I much preferred him to his brothers, I can tell you that.
So,
Where did a
you secretly
surfer
left
bro
Olympus
Poseidon?
to be with the god of the dead in the underworld, and Olympus never found out. What do you suppose would happen if they did?
I think there would be war between Olympus and your father, Zagreus, if they found out. Especially now, after all this. And after all this time. They slew their parents once. If the Titans could be wiped from this world, so can we all.
So there's a cool like political subplot. They hint at the idea of
It's just
there's
not the
war
main
between
story.
Hades and Olympus.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I thought I heard they might be considering doing a second Hades game. So I'd like
That'd be
that
cool.
to
Super
kind
Giants
of-
never made a sequel before, but I mean,
I heard.
That would be
There might have been a rumor I heard once, but if they did do that, that'd be a cool story. For the second game.
that sounds like it'd be awesome.
If Father
Problem melting away when I step into the California sun.
Yeah.
leaving you in hiding here, that it's the only way he can prevent that war.
I can see how your father, shrewd but also single-minded as he was, might have followed such a line
Huh.
of reasoning as that.
Interesting.
Oh, Zagreus. What have I done?
No. What have
Taken
I
by the steps.
done? I can't.
I mean, like, you see how... Yeah, no, me too, Callie. You see how, like, white my arm is just because there's a little sunlight on it? It's ridiculous.
Fix this.
River denizens, what's that? So, catch a fish from each region.
Oh, well, I've done that. then,
Cool.
at least. Okay. All right, I will talk to people and then hand the
I just
controller
got
over.
Yeah, do all that talking.
Father, have you
I'm a
ever
vampire.
considered that
I actually don't
Orpheus
sunburn
was a core
very
position
easily.
if you permitted him to see
Even
his
if I don't put
music?
sunscreen on, I actually don't sunburn. It's because I'm Italian.
Italians are vampires.
Italians are vampires? That's what we're going with? Okay.
I have considered many possibilities, boy. And I trust Orpheus considered many possibilities before he signed away his rights to see his so-called muse when once he invaded my realm.
So you're forcing him to stay here for eternity just because he signed a contract with you?
Like all musicians with all record labels.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That is what happens.
Or binding. A until such time as they dig
Hades
themselves out
is
of the
like Suge
archives
Knight
and tear
right now.
themselves up. And I don't see
Oh,
that
can you go
happening
tear up that
anytime soon.
contract? Can you go find it?
Yeah, I think that will kind of happen.
Oh, Orpheus started playing music when you had to leave, and I finished that run for you.
Oh shit, Orpheus joined this. Look mournfully.
We gotta start giving gifts to more random people to get more keepsakes.
Yes, that's true. Did we get a keepsake from
I can't remember. Either first 4 years I burnt pretty good, then it turned to a tan. Had my little brother over from England.
Why?
Swear I could see his organs through his pasty skin.
It's nothing, Orpheus. Thank you for all the inspiration through your song. I love your work, mate.
Well, he's like literally the only musician in Greece
Say
that we know
Orpheus.
of right now.
I ever tell you I once single-handedly slew a
Right.
multi-headed bone hydra within the magma fields of Asphodel without so much as
Many
breaking a
times,
sweat?
actually.
Oh, this I forgot. This little subplot is kind of fun. He starts telling Orpheus basically these very epic versions of all the tales, the adventures he's been living
Right.
in the game.
And so Orpheus could, like,
sometimes
do
he
a song
fabricates
of-
them, and sometimes he tells him the more fabricated, more over dramatic version of like
Okay.
what's happening with his father and the Olympians and Persephone and all that.
Right,
just
right.
to try and inspire Orpheus to make music.
Right.
And then Orpheus was like, "Wow, did that really happen?" And Zagreus was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, totally did.
Another in a litany of such heroic deeds, more noble than the heroes of our
Keepsakes
first,
come from
and
Meg,
even made
Thanatos,
Achilles
Scale. I mean, I think you can get one from basically everyone.
Yeah,
basically every
basically.
character has one.
Yeah.
We have a few of them, but we should fill
I
those
forgot
out.
what
Do seem
Orpheus
to
is
cheer you up, so
We might have even gotten that one already.
Rack up some more.
I know we haven't gotten Hades yet. We haven't gotten one from Hades at all, if you can get one even.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Is Deuce a keepsake just her entire head? No, her keepsake is some head.
Damn. Alright, let's see.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the Bloodless that is actually pretty cool because all these are like cool heavy metal tracks.
Oh, sweet.
So I do want to get a couple diamonds just to buy one of
Yeah.
those songs. I think it was the Bloodless was the first song I ever
What are you
played.
doing here? I heard you finally made it out.
Oh, companions.
Oh, the companions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, well, we I don't think
We haven't even gotten to that yet.
in this game, this run.
Yeah.
Long story,
Not yet, at
but
least.
yeah, boils down to what you said, more or less.
So you're going back out there again. Well, it's your business, not mine. For your sake, I hope it's worth it.
It is.
Yeah.
Have we given her a gift before? Just do it. Why not?
Meg, I thought I'd better hand this over.
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Although I'm warning you, I'm not susceptible to bribes. Many have tried.
Hey, I'm just handing over contraband to the appropriate authorities. Think nothing of it, Meg. Just doing our jobs, right? Trade you these horrid things.
He thinks of the
Oh,
poem.
diamond.
Hey, they got one diamond. Get a song.
I'm sorry, I better get back to my cleaning.
God damn it. Should we give her a gift? Because she always responds that way every time we talk to her now. So maybe we should do a gift. Give her a gift and see if she has a different reaction then.
True. I don't feel like ambrosia is ever really good for anything other than buying Titan blood, so I think we're gonna do that.
I'll take it.
Sweet.
Wait.
Child.
Took a while to figure out Hypnos and Charon were brothers.
Oh yeah. I mean, in
And
this,
they're almost all
in
related
this
in
world,
some way.
most of them are children of her. Or
Yeah.
children
That
of
I
Meg.
think fondly on the time she spent with us.
Of
That's
course,
the
Max.
take.
Though, why did she
of
really leave
mythology
the
that
underworld,
they
do you
go.
think? Besides, because of me. So what if she thought I died
Because
at
any of
birth?
these gods that live in Hades were born of the underworld, and
Right, so they
they're
technically are all
considered
her
chthonic
children.
gods or hell gods.
Yeah. Love ancient gods and stories. I could listen to that shit for days. Hell yeah, dude.
Was a very
Hell yeah.
difficult
Love
adjustment she was
love that
forced to make.
mythology.
Yeah, and that's what I
She
liked
feared
about
that she would
Hades. The
inevitably
game
end up
here
caught
has
between
like a unique
Olympus and this
spin
realm.
on
That she might start a
mythology
war.
in that there is like this weird beings, even deities like Hades, are bound to the underworld if
Yeah.
they. And that does kind of go back to the old myth of like Persephone eating the pomegranate
And
seeds.
and not being able to leave.
Yeah, so there is something.
They took Persephone's kind of limits from the original mythology and almost gave them to Hades in a way, which is interesting.
I've already said too much, and I cannot say more.
You've said more than enough. I'll see you next.
She hinted at the little war subplot.
So you can tell me in due time if you decide to allow. But I do have a question, same as you did, going into this. Why did she leave? Why did she leave you in particular?
It's that she didn't even know I was alive. Sounds as though Nyx revived me sometime after I was born, but by that point, Mother had already left, and they let her be. For reasons I'm trying to find out.
Ah, that's quite a bit to take in there. And it explains more than a bit, I think. Look, I'm not one to speculate too much. I trust you'll find the answers that you seek as you proceed.
But I do wonder, do you think there's that many more
Didn't you say that it would make you sick?
like bits of information that we get from her from this point forward? Like how many more times? No, from Persephone. Like how many more times can you beat it and still have like totally unique, interaction with her?
Yeah, no, there are a few, and because there's a point where it stops, you basically kind of stop doing the Persephone segments.
Okay.
And every time you beat Hades, then the game just kind of says like, well, and he did all this other stuff, and then it kind of just gets you back to the beginning here.
I'd like to see a follow-up for this game with a gauntlet-style multiplayer, just make the rooms bigger. Yeah. That could be kind of cool. If it was balanced, right? I think that could be cool.
But I definitely wouldn't want to live there.
I definitely am interested in... Ooh, give him a gift.
All right.
We're just going to start doing this more.
We should, yeah, for sure.
Want me to take that off your hands? Fine. But you are taking this from me. And if anybody asks, we're even.
There we go, we got one. Sweet. Pierced butterfly. Can you go get that contract right away, or do you have to, like, wait?
A while. Story segments, just wait until it's time.
Okay.
I'd like to buy the... How long until we can buy the harp and everything? Bed chambers... Do you not have access to that yet?
Maybe not. It might not.
You have to buy
some of these other stuff first.
Then it'll appear. But there's a pretty cool piece of music that you can play on your harp. It's pretty much the same one every time once you learn how to play the harp.
Do we have enough darkness for anything? Can increase the chance of the boons being legendary or duo.
Why not? Right.
1 point.
After a while, I would do a bunch of playthroughs and then...
Wait until I had a bunch of darkness saved up, then I would. Yeah.
This guy's got something to say.
Pal, my sources tell me that you made it pretty far, which means my usefulness is coming to an end.
Uh-oh. Not Skelly.
Your usefulness? What, you just mean the standing around and me to use whatever vicious attack sequence I fancy at the time?
Yeah. Once you
yeah.
contract's up, you won't need me anymore.
But only if I leave for good, isn't that right? So if I stuck around, you'd stay here too?
Probably, but wait, you're really gonna stay?
Sure looks that way.
Yeah, stupid. Don't these characters get that we are forced to be back here every time?
Right. Yeah, no one else seems to understand that. So what are these things? Exactly?
So we'll have to... They're statues, and one is like a statue of like a Skelly like posing like a supermodel. But go to the keepsakes for a minute. I want to see if Pierced Butterfly, what that one does again.
Gain 1% damage each time you clear an encounter without taking damage.
Kind of cool. Huh. So, I mean, if you want to use that one, you can. I mean... There are other keepsakes that we usually never use. But, if you, whenever you do the Chaos one, you won't take that health hit when you go into Chaos's realm and talk to him, which is the nice thing about the Cosmic Egg.
Let's do that because we haven't been down to see Chaos in a while.
Yeah.
So we'll make some Chaos trips
For sure. Going with that rail.
I do love getting railed.
Yeah, you do.
I made the joke first, so you don't even.
Oh yeah, I did.
Appear in greater numbers. Yeah, we'll leave that on.
Well, see, if right now you won't unlock anything with each boss you beat.
Do them all.
So I think you might have to go up because here's another thing that's a bad idea about using the same weapon every time.
Well, you're not
going to
upgrade everything, I assume.
Is that each time you've beaten it with the gun, you have to up the heat that many points to get anything out of your run. Really, is the trick. Is how they're trying to keep you from using the same weapon every time.
Interesting.
So there are some other ones that aren't too bad.
If there's any that you think would be a good idea.
Which is middle management again?
Each mini boss encounter contains +1 armored foe.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, I feel like we could totally do that.
Yeah, there you go. And now you got.
All right. Do them all. I'm not doing them all, Ulysses. I'm not doing them all.
Even I've barely put heat above 15. I haven't put heat above 15, you know.
Yeah.
And that in itself is pretty fucking hard to do. So, but one time, just for the fuck of it, we should do the heat as high as we can and just see how quickly we die.
Yeah, that's what Ulysses just said. Absolutely, we will totally do that. 100% do a challenge run with just everything turned on.
Okay, well, so I guess I have a couple weird things to talk about.
Now that you can focus a little more.
Yeah, there's a supervillain special kind of comic, a Gotham Villains comic that came out, extra sized, kind of like an anniversary yearly issue kind of thing. And so it's, of course, just a bunch of different an anthology of supervillain stories.
Right.
For the Penguin, they got. Well, I think he wanted to write it too. They got Danny DeVito. Did you hear anything about the story?
No. I only know that he worked on it.
So Danny DeVito wrote a Penguin story where Catwoman left Penguin and left Batman and got with Penguin and married Penguin instead because Penguin wanted to cure COVID.
What?
That's literally a plot point of the comic.
That was Danny DeVito's original idea.
Yeah, and Danny DeVito was like, I want me and Michelle Pfeiffer just doing it to cure COVID.
That's fucking hilarious.
And they go, and the plot is so fucking nonsensical from what I've heard. It's got this artist named Dan Mora, who's just a beautiful comic book artist. His art with this just completely nonsensical Danny DeVito story, where they have to try and take over the world.
Yeah, same, Ulysses.
Yeah.
Imagine this as the plot of
I'd rather see it there, but yeah, it's like
the season started, by the way.
I haven't seen any of it yet. Yeah, we need to watch that for sure. But yeah, they just start like trying to go across to all these different countries around the world, infiltrating certain levels of, infrastructure. So they can cure COVID, and for whatever reason, he's like, we've only got so many hours before like Batman tries to stop me from doing this. It's like, why is Batman trying to stop me from curing COVID in this storyline?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and that's why Catwoman loves him, because she's like, he's the only man brave enough to cure COVID.
What?
So they're completely superheroes in the story. And Danny DeVito thought it wouldn't be as shallow if Catwoman wanted to fuck Penguin because he's fat. He's like, that would show that she's not a shallow character if she just wants to fuck me even though I'm fat. So that's why he wrote that story.
Right.
Even though Catwoman is just a completely characterless sex prop in the story that does nothing but have sex with him. Right. So I don't know how that's not a shallow character.
No, that's still shallow. That's still very shallow. Irish Callie, my favorite weapon is the rail.
Yeah.
it's the rail.
See, if you weren't here for that, he said he loves getting railed. I just want to repeat that anytime somebody comes back into the stream. Let's see.
Just guide my hand.
Ooh, fish.
Fishing time then.
Let's see. So.
Usually it's 3, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I really wanted to tell you about that Danny DeVito penguin story.
Yeah, that's
if you didn't know anything about
pretty fucking weird. I mean, I knew that Danny DeVito wrote a penguin comic. I did not know it was that weird of a story, though.
Yeah. I don't know. And then, like, the person, it's this YouTube channel called Casually Comics, and she does a good job about just kind of covering all the details and the plot and stuff.
Okay.
And but as she pointed out, like, it's such a weird idea. I think DC partially wanted him to do it. And she was like, she also said, like, I imagine there's this, like, Batman or Penguin fanfic that's been going on in DeVito's head since 1992. And this is just capitalizing on that. And
I still want to see the gay relationship between Penguin and Riddler.
Oh, yeah, I have something to say about that, too, about Gotham.
Are they putting that in the comics?
No, but...
Oh, hey, we just got raided by Double Toasted.
Oh, fuck yeah, guys.
Thank you so much for the raid, Chris. I hope you guys had an awesome stream. What were you streaming today? Welcome in, everybody. We're just doing some Hades. Talking about...
Holy shit, that is a raid.
Talking about the very, very bizarre Penguin comic book written by Danny DeVito that just released.
Yep.
Which I don't know if any of you have heard about that, but it's pretty fucking weird.
Danny DeVito wrote a comic where Catwoman ends up with Penguin instead of Batman because Penguin is the only person in the world that wants to cure COVID.
And Batman wants to stop him.
Yeah, this was in a comic book.
Yeah, that's very strange.
But it's like this, where can I find this?
Chris Ayers, hey, Chris Ayers, how you doing?
I guess it's just in comic book stores. I
guess so,
I've avoided comic book stores for like probably a good year now, but yeah, if you go to your local store, go to the DC shelves, I think you'll find it's in a Gotham Villains special. It's almost like an annual, just an oversized issue.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
But no, seriously.
But like that YouTube channel, Casually Comics pointed out, it's not like they're getting Uma Thurman to write a Poison Ivy story. You know.
Although I'm curious what that would be.
I want to read it. Though.
I want to read that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just looking back up. Ryan Walterson, hello, how are you? I think this is your first time here. It looks like. Chris Hayes, it's your first chat. Nice to see you. I know I've seen you a lot on Double Toasted and Chris's channel. See, Irish Cali said, I think my favorite is Zeus's shield. You recall it and keep running around. Oh, is that like kind of almost like a Captain America shield type thing? That's one of the...
Yeah, it is actually. A lot of people love it for that reason.
Okay.
It's a pretty dope shield.
That sounds cool. But seriously, welcome in everybody from the raid. I hope you're having a good day.
You going for that divine dash?
Yes, that's usually the one I like the deflection that comes from that.
Oh yeah.
But come in, hang out, chat, do whatever. Mm-hmm. This is Rated M for Immaturity. We just talk shit and play games. It's kind of the whole thing.
Yeah, so that was a weird piece of news I heard. Although I also heard that
strange.
So, you know, in that HBO kind of GCPD cop show they're going to do on HBO Max.
Penguin is going to be in that.
It's going to be about the Penguin's rise to power.
Which is what Gotham was.
And I was like, isn't that fucking Gotham?
They're just remaking Gotham again. Granted,
but with a higher budget on HBO, and it will probably be better.
It's probably what the Gotham show should have been.
Yeah.
Right? Like what we were hoping that Gotham show was going to be, and then it very much did not turn out to be.
Did you guys see? I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those. Those are funny. Is that the one where one of those is the one where
I never bothered with Gotham. You missed out on some comedic gold, I'll say.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'll say, Chris Ayers, is that there is some so bad it's good.
Oh yeah,
like so bad it's
there's
funny
like an
material.
Underground fighting ring with Solomon Grundy that Leslie Tompkins is running, and it's like if you know anything about these characters, it is so not true to the comics.
No, it's like, unbelievable.
It does its own thing with continuity so much that it's never predictable.
It's bad. I'll say that
it is bad. Yeah,
but it does Glip involving the Joker's origin, and the Joker was one of the most weirdly handled things because there were like 3 different Jokers.
Yeah.
Irish Callie, thanks for the chat. I got to get back to work. Hey, have a good day, Irish Callie. Thank you for coming to hang out with us for a little bit. You be safe too. Seriously, have a good day.
Well, there's a thing where they never had the rights to use the Joker's name, so even when they actually did the Joker in the final episode, they still had to call him Mr. J,
which was
the whole time.
Stupid.
Which it is a nickname of the Joker, but it's
to reduce
it's their workaround.
Yeah, it's like a weird reduction of it.
What was that last comment about
Ulysses said the Court of Owls just operates out of an office downtown with owl masks on all the windows. That is true. They literally have all of their owl merchandise like in like a storefront, giving away the location of their secret hideout.
Yeah, there's one of Ra's al Ghul's Lazarus pits in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, the Lazarus pit's just in the back of a Chinese restaurant. That's also downtown. I mean, the game, that show made no goddamn sense. It was terrible.
And Riddler,
but it was funny.
Riddler and Penguin are in a relationship in that show. Hardcore.
Oh, yeah. There is a hardcore gay, like, love story between Penguin and Riddler. Sorry, I want to read all these here. Yeah. It's where they make the watch. Did see an image from the last episode of The Kid suited up as Batman. He looked like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Yes, he did, dude. He did have a Gimp costume, and the first time he had that Gimp costume on was in another episode, and he said the line from The Simpsons that Ned Flanders said.
Yeah, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Except he's saying it over the radio to Lucius Fox. He's like, "Hey, Lucius, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all." They literally quoted The Simpsons.
It is verbatim a Ned Flanders
it's funny. It's terrible, but I can't lie that it was fucking hilarious.
Stupid sexy Flanders. Exactly. Oh, there was a heart over there you missed.
Hey, there it is. Yeah, no, I couldn't believe how bad that show was. It was kind of mind-blowing, honestly. It kept me watching it though.
Time to hit some of that.
I gave up on the show at one point earlier on, and then you came back and convinced me to come back and watch it again.
Oh yeah,
because it had gotten so stupid that it had gone back around to being funny.
Oh hell yeah! Since we got Smallville, then Gotham.
What city you bet is next?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody really cares about the DC cities outside of Gotham and Metropolis and Smallville. But
unless you want to set a fucking 5-season show in Themyscira, maybe. But I don't know how the hell that's going to work.
Even there, I think people would honestly get bored of Themyscira.
I mean, people got bored of the show Gotham, too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. Well, that's true. Yeah.
But you're right. I think
because like if Themyscira is, you might as well keep talking this while we're talking. But yeah. Like if Themyscira is just the place it is in the Wonder Woman movies, then it's like, how long is that going to hold your intrigue? A bunch of gymnastics, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying when I suggest it, right? It's like that's the only other one.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm a huge DC.
Atlantis High School.
Yeah, exactly. I think there'd be more interesting doing Atlantis. Honestly, like I'm a huge DC fan, so there are a ton of cool places in DC lore.
This is also a Warner Brothers property. Let's have a live-action prequel called Townsville. Well, you know that the CW was doing well. I mean, it might not happen anymore.
They were going to release that terrible pilot for Powerpuff Girls, the live-action Powerpuff.
God, you know that show's probably going to be canceled altogether soon.
Yeah.
And then in like 15 years, the pilot for Powerpuff Girls is going to make its way online, and we're all going to be very thankful that final product did not get made.
The murder mystery set on Oa. Now that's actually kind of cool. I like that.
I could be I don't know about a high school murder mystery though.
Yeah,
high school on Oa.
That would be if the CW did it, but you know.
Well, a CW teen drama set in Darkseid's realm with Kala back as the awkward nerdy protagonist.
Yeah.
Like that Wonder Woman pilot from 10 years ago. Or the one where she was the CEO of like a corporation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there are a ton of cool places in DC to set shit, but
I think we're trying to think of what the worst ones would be.
okay. Well, the worst ones are the other DC city, like cities that are just like Star City and Central City.
Well,
It's
Arrow
like-
was changed. Didn't they change it to Starling in Arrow for a while?
For a long time, in the first couple seasons, it was Starling City.
Wasn't it like a thing where the producers were genuinely
City,
being
that's Green
super
Lantern City,
homophobic though? See, where they thought Star City, literally, they said it sounded too gay, so they changed it to Starling instead.
I wouldn't be surprised because there's
I remember hearing that.
always dumb producer reasons like that on the Incredible Hulk. Famously, they didn't call him Bruce Banner because they thought Bruce was too gay a name in the 80s.
Yep.
So they called
made
him
David,
Robert.
which
or
David is Bruce's
yeah.
actual middle name, even in the
Yeah.
comics. But in that show, they always called him David Banner.
Yeah.
Again,
Even though, like, usually everybody's favorite superhero, Batman, his name is Bruce Wayne, and nobody ever...
right. Nobody ever
they didn't think
complained
about that. Yeah.
Or like one of the producers on X-Men 3, because even Brett Ratner's version of X-Men The Last Stand was supposed to be like all about Sentinels, but one of the producers at Fox said that no one likes things with giants, so you can't have Sentinels in the movie. No one likes things that are big, so you can't have Sentinels. Giants are bad.
Yeah, that's why that's why nobody likes Attack on Titan.
Yeah, right. That's not popular at all. That didn't take pop culture by storm. No one likes Godzilla. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just stupid producers with opinions that they think everyone else. Yeah, well, they made Galactus a cloud, and then they made Parallax a diarrhea cloud. So that's happened 2 times.
Producers are big fans of clouds, the least boring thing there is.
Yeah, right? Yeah, clouds, apparently. That's real threatening.
Real thrilling, too.
Really thrilling and threatening. Do you think they're going to turn anyone else into a cloud? Do you think there's going to be another...
I think we're past the cloud era.
I hope so.
Of supervillains. So he kind of turns into a cloud.
Yeah, he does kind of change, but he also like turns into multiple different things.
To me, that's one of the, at least a more interesting version of that, just because it's Nick Nolte for one, which is hilarious.
You can't see what's happening in that entire scene, though. So.
And Nick Nolte is becoming like a god bubble, basically.
Well, they essentially made Nick Nolte's character as Bruce Banner's father in that movie. They essentially made him Absorbing Man from the comics.
Or like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
Yeah, right, even though Absorbing Man is not Bruce Banner's father in the comics. They made him his dad, and then he turned into electricity, and then he tried... And the Celestials would have been clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I guarantee that would have happened, yeah.
Nick Nolte's like a cloud. I mean, yeah, but they took Absorbing Man and turned it up to like 111.
Where he just absorbed every element he even came into contact with.
He like was starting to absorb like the cosmos, basically.
Yeah, he started like space and time. He started absorbing.
He was absorbing, which is kind of cool in a very abstract conceit, because the Hulk is then still too much for him to absorb. Like,
right. That's cool in concept, but then in practice, when you actually look at that movie, you can't tell what's happening.
It's still one of the better parts of that movie, even though you can't tell what's happening.
I liked when Hulk punched a French poodle.
When he fought those poodles.
I don't like that part.
That's what I was going to say. That's one of my least favorite parts. To each their own.
Was it Thanos should have been a cloud? No, he should have not.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
Thanos should have been a cloud.
A Thanos cloud would be...
Cloud snapping its fingers.
I'm all for a Thanos cloud. That sounds awesome.
God damn. Punched a bulldog in the nuts. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was very down on the Hulk dogs back in the day when that movie came out. Like, even as a little kid, I thought that was stupid. But now going back, I kind of, now that we have a better Hulk to look at, and I kind of like going back and laughing at the Hulk dogs.
Hell yeah.
Like, it gives me some good, like, bad comedy to mine out of that movie.
I see that.
I mean, that movie is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean...
You know what? I will say? That movie...
The Mountain Dew ads. Oh, dude. in movie theaters at the time,
they did a Hulk slushie.
They did a Mountain Dew themed green icy, and
they brought that back for the Edward Norton movie too.
I believe
I remember I saw Paranorman in theaters, and they still had that Hulk slushie from the Norton movie.
And it's an icy specifically, and it's one of the best ices I've ever had. Is that Hulk icy?
Well, now we need another Hulk movie to get that icy out there.
Yeah, they do, man. I love that fucking icy. I drink about 3 of those.
You know what though?
Yeah.
I can say is there is one small aspect of Hulk's like character and mythology that movie got right that the MCU has not, and that is that Hulk gets stronger continuously.
That he has no cap.
He doesn't have a strength limit. He just continuously gets stronger the more you piss him off. And that is something that actually was in that movie, but they've never done that in the MCU.
A Thanatos segment here. Let's see if you can outkill Death.
I feel like I outkill him every time. He kind of sucks.
It's harder to do in Elysium, I think.
Because of the up. Because he gets like...
And enemies have shields so often that it's hard to kill them faster in Elysium. Asphodel and Tartarus is pretty easy to...
I guess I just never run into them in those layers. So.
Yeah. And sometimes Asphodel is tricky because of all the lava. Which you're going to get hurt by, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't lost one of those yet.
Nice.
Remember those? That's
well, this time you'd only beat one more enemy.
The last time it was by like 10.
Right, and sometimes
let's go with that. Let's make that dash better.
I go with the dash a lot.
Still running from yourself, I see.
What's up, bro?
How's that been working out for you thus far?
So the Danny DeVito Penguin story was one weird. Oh, and then the Colin Farrell. Basically remaking Gotham is gonna be
Gotham. Oh yeah, I forgot that we spun out of that. I still think that we should get the romantic scenes between Penguin and Riddler from Gotham reenacted with Danny DeVito and Jim Carrey, though.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say with Danny DeVito and Colin Farrell, and like the two penguins.
That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. But I would love Danny DeVito and Jim Carrey to reenact all of the
I would like that as well.
But sorry, were those the last weird things you had?
Oh, Jim Carrey loves playing
green-clad characters from books. I mean, The Mask, Riddler,
the Grinch.
Loves
he does like himself.
The Trinity.
He likes himself a green character, the Trinity. The Emerald Trinity.
The Emerald Trinity.
No, well, and then I don't know why, but I watched about an episode and a half of the Cowboy Bebop on Netflix, the live action.
Interesting.
Cowboy Bebop.
I am very curious to hear your thoughts about the Chaos Emerald trilogy. That's hilarious.
That's dope.
Yeah, tell me about Cowboy Bebop, man. I would love to hear your thoughts.
I don't know where to start. So,
because I saw some footage from the final episode.
Oh, I know.
The very end.
I have some. Well, yeah, then we can talk about that too. But so, of course, I was not looking forward to this at all because it looked like a complete bastardization of everything I loved about Cowboy Bebop. As somebody who grew up watching Cowboy Bebop.
My biggest thing is it seems like they really misused the music by having the music actually be in the background. Whereas in the original anime, the music is always like this front and center, like, it is like the centerpiece of everything is the music, and in the show it seems like all the music's just like part of the background. It's not like the focus.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was another video I meant to show you. So like live action Cowboy Bebop is like a South Park.
Yeah.
Just raunchy, just juvenile version of the anime.
Really, it's super juvenile and like...
Oh, big time, dude.
What I've heard is that it's more cartoony than the cartoon in a weird way.
Well, like, so what I thought they were going to do is I thought they were going to ruin all these things and moments I love from Cowboy Bebop, but... the scenes they actually
was there a cum tree?
There, I have not got. I've only watched an episode and a half of it, so I
not
can't
in the
say
first
for sure.
episode and a half.
Yeah,
but at some point there might be a cum tree. Ryan says we should have watched Arcane.
Oh yeah, no, Arcane I actually want to watch. But no, they're every time they try and do a scene from the anime, like adapt a scene or an episode kind of from the anime, those are the best moments.
Oh, really?
When they're basically just copying the anime, what that did well to
Which
begin
then it makes
with.
it feel like a pointless adaptation if you're just doing the exact same thing, right?
Well, okay, so the two best things about it, honestly, is the chemistry between the two actors that play Spike, John Cho, and the actor that plays Jet.
I heard he was actually
those two actors together actually have really good chemistry.
Okay.
So even when they're just saying "fuck you" every other line to each other,
they just overly swear, like.
Yeah.
They do that. So it feels like that HBO writing sometimes where they just swear because they think they sound cool.
Like on Veep or something. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's, no. So every time they're together in a scene, I'm into the scene just because they're so good together.
Okay. Alright.
And then, and like I said, when they recreate moments from like the very first episode of the live action is basically the first episode of the anime.
Okay. How do they stretch that 20-minute episode into like what, a 40? How long are the episodes actually?
So they're 40 minutes, 40 or like 50 minutes basically an episode.
Okay, so yeah, I really have a hard time seeing how they can stretch that out.
They usually compile elements. So like the very beginning, the first half, or well, the beginning of that first episode is actually the beginning of the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Oh. Okay.
So that's basically, although that's still way better because that's in the animated film. It's set in just like a low down convenience store.
Right.
It's just funny that Spike and them are showing up. Like, that's how desperate they are for money in that anime. It's like, we're going to a convenience store
because we don't have anything like more interesting to do with our lives, or you know,
exactly.
There's a sense of scale to how successful they are that's immediately established by that scene.
Yeah, and they give Jet like a daughter, like a 10-year-old daughter in the show, and it's like, if he's a father, why isn't he just taking care of his daughter? Why is he out in space living this driftless life?
Right. If he's actually got, that's part of the point, is that they don't have people that they care about.
Yeah. That's what I've always felt. Cowboy Bebop, everybody on the Bebop is a person that has like nothing to do with their life, basically.
Yeah.
They're aimless people. They're not even super friends with each other.
Yeah, they don't like each other half the time.
Yeah, they're just like, you're all I got in this world.
So Steve Blum showed respect for Cho and crew, which is cool. I mean, like, in terms of like the people making it, I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, no.
It's just, is the product that they produce actually of quality? Is what I care about.
Making Vicious a total bitch.
You almost met Steve Bloom at a fan expo?
Holy shit.
Damn, dude.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you didn't quite, but maybe someday.
I love Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom's awesome.
I like his Wolverine.
His Wolverine is great. I also really like John Cho. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he was very good casting for Spike, but I still think he's good.
The acting is one of the better parts of the show.
Yeah, okay. Probably have him sign a pic of Co-op from Megas. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be fucking sick.
But like, the way they interpret these characters is not. They're not the characters. Yeah.
Right.
Vicious is a total bitch.
Jamie, I mean, Vicious is really they made Vicious a bitch?
Yeah. Because they have to expand on Vicious's plot. Vicious and Julia is like half the season.
Oh God, really?
And it's just
that does not sound good.
About their relationship.
That was only like a little bit of screen time in the cartoon.
The reason why Vicious is intimidating in the anime is he very briefly shows up and he barely talks when he shows up.
Yeah, it's hard to understand him or get into his head. There's an allure to the character.
He's basically a walking trench coat with a giant evil-looking raven on his shoulder nonstop.
He's like anime Edgar Allan Poe.
Here, within the second episode, you see Vicious with his shirt off, and you see his hairy nipples, and you're like, how am I supposed to be scared of this guy now?
Yeah, I mean, he's got hairy nipples. I mean, like, it takes a lot of the intimidation away.
Exactly.
Edgar Allan POV.
Yeah, they should do one of those.
They should do that.
And like you said, that ending where fucking it's Julia that knocks Spike.
I just saw.
What did you hear about the ending?
I just saw a clip of Ed.
Of Ed.
And that was like, I thought that was like unbelievably cringy.
Yeah.
Like that was bad, like really bad.
That's a very hard to translate character
that
into reality.
So cartoony and silly.
It's a character that literally has spaghetti arms and legs half the time. You can't do that.
You can't do that in live action. You can't. Yeah.
And but no, the ending I was gonna spoil for you here, and for anybody else watching, it's Cowboy Bebop. If you really care, just I'm sorry to, but it's some bullshit. The last episode.
No points.
Yeah.
No points. No points. No points for that.
Did you say the kids' moms? The kids.
Non-binary. Well, I mean, Ed wasn't non-binary.
Right,
in the
exactly.
Cartoon, so
in the Cowboy Bebop.
Why change it?
In the Cowboy Bebop movie, the guy says, "Oh, it's a little boy," and she's like, "No, I'm a little girl."
I mean, you meet Ed's father in the cartoon, and he has a little trouble remembering. I mean, Ed is meant to be.
Ed's supposed to be hard to read.
Yeah,
but
so like I get why there may be an instinct to go for that, but that's not what it was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And so in the final episode, they do Ballad of the Fallen Angels, which is only the 5th episode in the anime.
Yeah.
But they make that the big show-stopping season finale because it's a cool.
Okay, and the fact that they are clearly trying to have multiple seasons by making that the season finale, though, I think that's ridiculous. Cowboy Bebop has one season.
I like Invader Zim. Yeah.
Yeah, Invader Zim's great. I like that voice a lot.
Oh,
sure.
But what were you saying?
But no, I just if they were going to do this Cowboy Bebop live action, it should have also, like the anime, been a single season.
Yeah.
It should have been a mini-series that tells a whole complete story in the side of one single season arc narrative.
But if they can, they'll drag this.
Oh, they'll make 10 seasons.
They'll drag the corpse of Cowboy Bebop out, for like his 10 seasons,
I heard about that, and I am not happy about it.
and they
Hakusho, did you hear that they were doing that?
No,
they're doing that too.
They want to do a whole season where just Vincent from the movie is the villain of that season.
What? But that works for an hour and a half.
That's why they made it as an hour and a half movie. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like even. Honestly, I haven't seen the pictures for the One Piece Netflix series, but I don't like One Piece the anime either. So
yeah, of the Shonen Jump animes, I like DBZ, I like Yu Yu Hakusho and shit. But yeah, I personally didn't get into One Piece myself growing up.
I mean, I'm really picky with anime. I don't even like Dragon Ball Z, and I know how that everybody loves that. So. Yeah. Yep. See, I don't even get that reference, to be honest.
But, no, the way they reinterpret Ballad of the Fallen, they have the cool shot of them fighting in front of the stained glass window.
Okay.
And they do recreate very faithfully the visual of the sword in gunfights that they have. They do that, but then...
So have a lot of cosplayers.
Yeah, but then right when they get to that point where he's got the sword down on him like that, Julia pops out of nowhere and shoots Vicious in the shoulder, and Vicious starts screaming like a total bitch for like 5 minutes.
Oh
Vicious starts screaming like, ah!
Like, wow.
Like pterodactyl shrieking or whatever. And then fucking Spike's like, I don't know if he knew she was alive at that point, but he's like, Julia, you're alive or whatever. And she's like, yeah, and he did know that she was alive because she's pissed at him that like for 3 years he just left her in this abusive relationship with Vicious, which was not something that happened in the anime anyways.
Yeah.
But
that's ridiculous.
They said that, and so then she shoots Spike out of the window, and that's why he falls out of it in this. And
that's so stupid.
And Julia,
are you serious?
I think Julia is basically going to kill Vicious and take over as
the villain.
Yeah, she's going to be the villain.
Way to undercut
of the syndicate. Undercut your feminist empowerment message.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah.
So
that's bad.
So
that's
Julia
really bad.
is this evil chick now for the rest of season 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nonsense.
So there are a lot of things to be.
I'm doing the One Piece. I don't actually know what that is, Ryan. I'm not sure what the One Piece 4 Kids rap is. Hey, was Ulysses said, I can't wait for the Naruto live action. That's 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3 episodes long, just like the anime.
No.
Yeah, I'm again not a fan of Naruto. I'm not a fan of One Piece. I don't like Dragon Ball Z. I don't like most anime. I really don't.
I did like Yu Yu Hakusho growing up.
I remember liking that one, but I also haven't seen it from so long.
Yeah.
The theme song from the Fork. Oh, okay, so that it's
Kids.
the theme song from the dubbed version. Okay. I still have never heard it, but
and
I do understand what you. I understand what you're referencing for sure. The first. There's multiple. I didn't know that. Had no idea there were multiple versions. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of One Piece.
I occasionally saw it, but I figure it's a thing, right, where you'd have to watch quite a bit of One Piece to get into what the story is about.
It just never appealed to me, really. Let's see. Foxbox, the 4Kids. I do remember the 4Kids TV.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I remember I remember watching Digimon when I was a kid on that.
Yeah.
And was it the X-Men animated series aired on that?
Was
I
that
thought.
on there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I grew up with Digimon hardcore. I fucked with Digimon.
I even vaguely remember watching the terrible Silver Surfer cartoon. Oh, that was just regular Fox Kids. Was there like a specific like anime like section of the channel? Was that what the 4Kids one was, or was that specifically anime based? Or like what was the differentiation between the two? I guess is what I'm curious about.
Well, and the choreography and the action in Cowboy Bebop were, not great. I watched a Cowboy Bebop fan film the other day on YouTube. That's so much better. Got the point of the choreo. The 2003 TMNT.
I remember that. I remember
and the Kirby cartoon. I did see those. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the Sonic one, is that the one where it's like an apocalyptic wasteland and Sonic is almost like a John Connor, like leading like resistance fighters? No, that really was like that cartoon, I think.
Damn.
Where it was one of them anyway.
Well, that makes me want to watch it.
I remember thinking as far as Sonic goes, it was one of the better versions.
Yeah, no, I do remember a 2000 Sonic cartoon, but it's like, how deep is Sonic ever going to be?
Well, probably not very.
It's
that was
like
Sonic the Hedgehog, S-A-T-E.
Sonic begins and ends with chili dogs as well.
Those
are where his interests lie, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I want to make a new Sonic game that's all about like 90s parody, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you introduce a new villain called the Man who's stealing Sonic's chili dogs, and he has to get his chili dogs back from the Man, and that's your Sonic story.
That would be dope.
You should have killed Sonic off in Sonic Forces. Well, so that you can every future game could be all about your custom furry character.
I agree. They should kill Sonic just to end the terrible Sonic video.
But they won't stop making the games. They'll just make them about your custom furry character instead. That's what that game was, dude. You customized your own furry, and then you ran through all the levels holding Sonic's hands, and then you fucked up the score screen at the end.
Wow. All right.
I may be embellishing slightly.
No, I totally believe you.
I made I made only the very last part up. All the rest of that was all true.
Yeah, but no, there's a video I want to show you on YouTube before we started streaming. But there's somebody edited a clip.
Gotta embellish fast.
A clip from the Cowboy Bebop live action. And says like Seinfeld underneath it instead of Cowboy Bebop, and it plays exactly like a scene from Seinfeld.
Oh, really? Where they
because of just how
the music and stuff?
No, just because of the dialogue and the tone, and they're sitting down at a booth in a cafe diner like they always do in Seinfeld.
Oh.
And there's a scene like that in one of the episodes.
That's fucking weird.
And just that clip, it was like, oh my god, this This isn't Cowboy Bebop. This is Seinfeld.
That's funny.
Yeah, so.
Let me see here. The Sonic cartoon was what the fans call it because it aired on ABC Saturdays, while The Adventures of Sonic cartoon aired in syndication the same year. Wow, there are two concurrently running Sonic animated series at the same time. That's interesting.
That I was not aware.
They referenced Sonic being tortured in a prison by Eggman's goons when you rescued him. He should have had his legs ripped off or something. Yeah, no, that actually is implied in the game that like Sonic was actually being tortured, but then you find him and he's just fine. Like they say he's being tortured, but then when you see him, he's clearly not. Then.
Wow.
Both from Dick and both with Jaleel. Oh, Jaleel White was in both? Wait, was Jaleel White the voice of Sonic? Wait, really? Was Jaleel White Sonic, or was he another character? Because I did not know that. Jaleel White was the voice of Sonic.
The voice of Sonic from the '90s, I very distinctly remember. It is one of the core definitive chili dog voices.
The core definitive chili dog voices. But I did not realize that was Jaleel White. Huh. That's interesting. I guess does family matter a lot to Sonic?
To Sonic?
Because Jaleel White was in Family Matters.
Right. Yeah, I remember the animation from the 90s Sonic actually being kind of cool for being, in the 90s back then.
Yeah, a lot of those shows American ones were pretty low budget.
Yeah.
Take off, Ghost. Come on.
But yeah, no, I saw this girl YouTuber just yesterday do a video on how much she disliked the new Cowboy Bebop and said that, she said that, look, I'm a tomboy, and that's why I always identified with Ed. Ed was, a tomboy character to me. If, she was like, I hate giving things labels, but if I have to give Ed a label, it would be a tomboy.
Sure.
And she was like, so for me, they took one more example of tomboy representation away from her.
Sure.
So,
I mean, when I saw it, I just was like, wow, that's like the cringiest fucking cosplay I think I've ever fucking seen.
It was cringy.
It really was, just fucking...
Yeah.
It was garbage. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
But you know what? That actress playing Ed might do a better job as Ed than this guy was doing as Vicious.
Vicious the worst part of the whole thing.
Vicious is actually the main... otherwise I was kind of I was just thinking of it this is them completely doing their own thing so hard.
Sure. And you were kind of willing to give it that leeway.
I was going to watch some more of it, and then Vicious is what completely ruined it for me.
So that's why you stopped watching it. You would have watched more.
Yeah.
But
they so did not get Vicious at all. And it's sometimes they are very faithful with things like the character, the two, the Bonnie and Clyde characters in the first episode of the Cowboy Bebop anime. They're heavily featured in this first episode.
Sure.
But if you remember that girl Katarina, she was probably Russian or something. Or on this planet, called New Tijuana,
Right.
She could have with her skin tone, she could have been a Mexican actress.
I thought that's what she was supposed to be in the cartoon.
Yeah, but then I thought about it again, watching this one. It's the dude's name is Asimov, and then her her name is Katarina. And they said a last name in this first episode that
Katarina Weinmixer.
Yeah, no, I wish, but it was a Russian last name too. So
they were supposed to be Russian.
So I was maybe they were supposed to be Russian in that old cartoon. I don't remember. But in this, she has a British accent when she shows up.
All right, that seems pretty inaccurate then.
And Vicious also has a British accent.
What? Vicious is supposed to be straight up Japanese.
Yeah, well in this or going off the English dub voice, he's just got this very serious Batman kind of I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh sure, he was still supposed to be Japanese.
Yeah, but I'm just saying what kind of voice actor you get to play him, and because they got a white guy to play him, and they got a British dude apparently.
That's weird. Well, so, if you were, if people were kind of celebrating that they cast an Asian actor as Spike, right, and they didn't whitewash it, but it sounds like they did whitewash Vicious.
Yeah.
So, they still did that.
Yeah.
I think says terrible anime adaptation, like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, where all of the characters they're literally all white.
Yeah, I know that is some bullshit.
Well, what's weird is that in the Avatar cartoon, it's that they're all different, like, you know, Asian, right? They're all based on different Asian countries, right? But instead of Japanese, they made the villains like Indian. In the live action movie.
That.
Yeah, except the villains who were Indian, even though the villains are supposed to be Imperial Japanese.
Right.
I'm not going to get into Avatar. That's a whole other can of worms. But
well, you're almost on the big boss.
You need a real anime on Netflix. Agregutso's 4th season is out soon. I don't even know what that is.
Well, you're almost on the big boss of this realm of hell.
Yeah. Let's see. Attack stronger and can deflect. Death to Defiance. Oh yeah, I did lose one of those, I think. Let's get that back.
Good shot there, Zagreus. I guess you got me. Now why don't you go take a shot at this?
And fuck you, Artemis.
That sounded like Artemis telling us to go fuck off.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I guess that's kind of
she is. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I thought you'd already cleared the chamber, and she was like, take some of this, you son of a bitch.
Oh no, yeah, I was just doing that first part.
Okay. But
those dual boon things.
Yeah. Needless to say, I'm not a fan of this live action.
Yeah, I mean,
anime. I'm not a fan of any live action anime. To be honest, it's like.
Yeah, no, it's already in the right format. Leave it alone.
This Cowboy Bebop show was on the same caliber of them doing live action Death Note.
Oh, and would you say it's that bad? Because people seem to.
I mean, it's probably better than the live action Death Note.
Sure. So what about Speed Racer? Or Ryan is asking us, what about Speed Racer?
Okay, so that's a very divisive film because, like,
I was not a fan either.
I have seen some things that have kind of consoled me a little on why Speed Racer is cool in one of the Wachowski, you know, whatever they are now. they're a better movie. The Wachowskis' films, that's like one of the better ones. And like as a visual experience, I can imagine that having been really cool to see in theaters. But I never did see it in theaters.
I did, and I remember it looked
you saw it in theaters?
Fucking fake. Yeah. Even when it came out and it was brand new, it just looked plasticky. It's the same reason that we hate the special effects in the Venom movies. He looks like a fucking hunk of plastic.
Yeah.
It doesn't look. It's not a good effect.
Right.
It looks bad.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's not my favorite movie by any stretch.
I don't know. I do not like Speed Racer. I lost the Death Defy I just got.
But the production in Cowboy Bebop is far better than I thought it was going to be based off the trailers. Like, they have some pretty extensive sets built. Like,
but does this kind of prove that even if you have that money, it still doesn't work?
Well, not if you don't have a good script, yeah.
Right. I mean, I suppose with a truly great script, it's not impossible. It's just like it's hard to have a good script for something like that.
Yeah.
Granted, making Vicious that much of a bitch seems like it should have been pretty easy not to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. They should have just focused on Spike and Jet and Faye as characters and kept Vicious in the shadows, like he is in the anime. Yeah, no, for sure. So, anyway.
It does make me so just like I am nervous about Attack on Titan and what they might do to it.
Let's see if you get your ass handed to you by the Minotaur here. Oh, if they ever adapt Attack on Titan.
Well, I guess here's the thing: is they already have, right? They already made 2 live-action movies in Japan of Attack on Titan.
Oh, and they're terrible.
They're absolute garbage. Completely get everything wrong in basically every way. The only thing that looks mildly all right is the puppet they used for the Colossal Titan is kind of good looking. But like the rest of the Titans look terrible. Hamtaro. See, I don't. Hamtaro. I think is that literally just like a little anime about a hamster? Am I thinking of the right thing? Because I don't want a live action of that either. That sounds like You know what? We already did. That's G-Force.
We have G-Force.
G-Force is already the live action adaptation of Hamtaro.
That's true. Yeah. No, I honestly did like Hamtaro. I remember getting Hamtaro fast.
No, the live action Hamtaro is those Kia car commercials.
Oh yeah, that's...
They go to space and shit.
Yeah. I remember getting Hamtaro like Happy Meal toys from Burger King.
Oh really?
Yeah. I did like Hamtaro, but it's...
I vaguely remember it.
If they did it as a movie for small children, then maybe it could be good, but...
Clifford the Big Red Dog begs to differ.
Well, they did make it for children still.
Yeah, I know, and it still sucks.
And it's still a horrifying hellhound, is what it is.
They should do a line of drinks get hammered with Hamtaro.
I like that.
See, I thought you actually were going to say, I got hammered when you started saying I saw Hamtaro.
That would be a good watch-along series, Hammered with Hamtaro. We're hammered and we're just watching.
We should do like a YouTube reaction channel for Hamtaro, like watches movie trailers and you get hammered with Hamtaro.
Exactly, I love it. It's like the Deadpool reaction stuff.
Yeah.
Although Hamtaro was a very sweet character, and his reactions would just be like, I like this! This is great! There wouldn't be a lot of, like, polarizing opinion on
Deadpool and Hamtaro together.
Deadpool just talking shit about Hamtaro the whole time.
I mean,
He's like, you fucking little squirrel, get out of here before I exterminate your ass.
Little Hamster's Big Adventures, was that from the theme song?
Probably.
I really don't know, like, really anything about
He didn't have cable as a kid.
No. I had network TV. I like rodents, so Hamtaro always got on my nerves. Well, that's because 1,000 generations of squirrels have waged war with your family.
Yeah, you've been killing animals since day one, right? Vermin and shit.
No, well, I still watched, like...
He did not have... I had
No, I
Cartoon
didn't.
Network.
I watched...
he would come to
I had V8... Well, I didn't just come to your house to watch those, because we got VHSs of, like, Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack.
Sure, yeah.
So, like, I watched some of that stuff as a kid still. It was just in a different... through a different means.
Hamtaro probably hit out of my attic. Deadly Strike would be good.
Deadly. Ooh, damn. Yeah, no, I'm totally with that. That's why HBO Max. I mean, that's the thing is, I still found ways to watch pretty much all of that stuff. Even back then, I just didn't. My family just didn't have easy access to it.
His family were Mormons.
No, they were not. Fucking Mormon bullshit. You try to. Nope. Not going along with that.
you did kind of come from a kind of unconventional family. I'll say
not a Mormon family.
I'll say that.
Fucking liar. What do you mean unconventional family? I had two parents. Hey, Dead Rigger Cost is here. How you doing, Dead Rigger Cost? How you doing? Welcome in. Getting our Hades on here.
I feel like you do sound a little bit Irish every time somebody comes into the stream that you know. You're like, oh, hello, how are you doing?
I'm not trying to. I'll put you in the back of the paddy wagon. I'm doing pretty good, too. I got my co-host Michael here. We're getting our weekly Tuesday stream in.
I thought you were going to say we're having our tushies handed to us on Hades.
Give it a few years and Sage will be full of leprechauns.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about that. Tushy stream.
Tushy.
I mean, I guess some people are into it.
Yeah.
God damn it, Ghost.
I know I like me some Tushy. So I was about to say something awful. I'm glad I stopped myself.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Granted, we do say some terrible things on the Tuesday night streams, honestly. So. Tushy is always a good thing.
Yep, some pushy in the tush.
Oh my god.
That's what I did last time.
That was what it was going to be. Yeah. That's actually not that bad.
I know.
That's not bad. I've said worse things on the stream than that.
Good.
Is it Ryan once said HBO has pretty much every Cartoon Network classic except for Johnny Bravo and Cow and Chicken.
Yeah, my dad loved Johnny Bravo when I was a kid. Has
Johnny Bravo been Me Too'd?
Has he?
I don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
Oh my god. The day are we keeping this PG-13?
No. Triple X rating on this channel.
The day they start fucking Me Too'ing or hashtagging fucking Johnny Bravo.
Well, I'm genuinely asking. Is that...
somebody was just asking.
No, I'm asking.
No. As far as to my knowledge, he has not been.
No, because the point of Johnny Bravo is that he is an idiot.
Yeah, and there's that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to censor yourself, Deadringer. You don't have to censor yourself at all.
Yeah,
you're absolutely fine.
We have kids watching. Just
No, we don't. No, we don't. There's a dog over there.
Yeah.
And there's 2 cats up here.
You don't want to hurt that dog's feelings, that's all.
But, yeah, the dog's very innocent here. So the show's aged really well. I mean, I believe it. I remember it being funny.
It's a great comedy. It's just... If something's fucking funny, it shouldn't be fucking politicized in the first place. Yeah. But, you know.
Coming here. There's no kids. There's no kids. I promise there are no kids. There's a dog and there are 3 cats in here.
Sage has them all tied up in his basement outside.
Dude, no. Okay,
I retract that statement.
None of those jokes. We're not going there.
Earmuffs.
See, nobody canceled. I mean, good.
Yeah, to my knowledge, nobody's canceled Johnny Bravo.
If the show was about how he's a great person and everybody should do what he's doing, that might be a different story. But he was always meant to be like an idiot that you laughed at. So.
No girl was ever into his shtick or into his come on line.
It was always depicted as he's an asshole.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Yeah.
So I don't know what they'd get mad about other than like they'd get mad that the women in the cartoon were getting mad. I don't know what else they could get mad about. I don't know.
No, yeah, I like that. I was just asking because I genuinely was like, has that ever come up? And it has not.
I don't think so.
But no, I found ways to watch all of those Cartoon Network shows as a kid, though. I might not have had cable, but I found my ways.
Believe me, there are many, many more cartoons that have a great shot at getting hashtagged in the years to come.
Yeah.
Well, no, in this case, those rumors must have been quite...
Strike Witches. Why hasn't Strike Witches been hashtagged?
Why hasn't 90% of anime been fucking taken down? Because, like, half of it's, like, I mean...
Well, that's kind
There's
of
a lot of really gross shit in most anime, which is why I only like a very, very small percentage of anime.
Shit.
Yeah, because even anime, sometimes I'll see an anime that I'm like, oh, this actually seems kind of cool, and then they'll do something gross, and I'm like, all right, I'm not watching it.
Upskirt panty shot of a 12-year-old.
Because they constantly do that.
And
shit.
that's all like, Strike Witches. If anybody ever seen
Strike Witches is all that was.
All Strike Witches is 12-year-old panty shots. So please don't.
That's a lot of anime. Fucking Kill la Kill was nothing but was almost all that. Fucking what's that?
And the only reason I knew about Strike Witch, it was just something that was on
randomly on Netflix,
Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. So if you're flipping channels, you could the second you flip through the channel, you'd see a panty shot.
Well, like even like really popular anime, like Kill la Kill was super popular, or what's that other one?
Well, dude, there are so many animes.
I just don't get it. I don't get it because it's like, is there a pedophile on every like anime production board? Like, how is this in all of them? You know? Castlevania. I mean, it's anime inspired, but it's not anime. I don't think.
Castlevania. I can't remember a time where it had like really pervy shit on that level.
There is a fucking almost.
I didn't finish season 3 though.
Okay. Well, there is almost like a hardcore pornographic 3-way at one point in that show. Like it reminded me. It was like berserk pornographic.
All right.
Yeah, it was that level of. But you know what? All the characters were adults, so I didn't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't care then.
Totally Spies is our fetish show. I don't know what that is at all.
I knew Totally Spies.
I have no idea what that is. I just I just don't understand why there's like this the over sexualization is so present in so much anime.
Well,
I mean, I guess I do understand it. It's just that I really don't like it.
Well, Totally Spies, if I am recalling correctly, here is like a French cartoon that was like given an English dub over here.
Oh.
And they're drawn like 3 hot adult. I was gonna say 3 hot naked adult women, but they're not. They're never naked in the cartoon. But they're drawn like 3 adult women that are hot. So
but they're adults. They're specifically.
They're drawn
adults.
like that, but in that cartoon they might have been.
It just really bothers me. It really does. I'm bothered by a lot of anime for these reasons.
Anytime Sky makes us watch an anime.
Oh God, yeah, I know. If Sky suggests
I have
an
a
anime,
gag reflex. Like when we watch fucking Beastars and shit.
Oh God.
I can't watch.
That made me very upset.
I just love like how we're like 5-year-olds, or at least with me. I had a pillow in front of my eyes.
Yeah, because
trying
it
to
was
block
so fucking disgusting.
the horrid sights of Beastars.
Bestiality and pedophilia rolled into one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand that shit. I really fucking can't.
I have a lot of lines in the sand when it comes to anime. That's for goddamn.
Yeah, I'm very picky because I feel like, again, and it's not just the like obscure stuff. It's like a lot of the mainstream anime does that shit.
Yeah.
A lot of mainstream stuff.
We'll have like a really pervy grandfather or uncle character.
Dragon Ball Z even, right? I fucking had that. Like
the Prince of Tennis show had a really horny fucking
That's true.
dude.
That's true. Even that, like
Prince of Tennis, I enjoyed watching all the way
well, because
through.
it was so goddamn stupid. And
yeah, and we were like high half the time we were watching it.
Oh no, they were supposed to be teens.
Yeah, but they
were drawn like adults, but they were
drawn like women,
teens.
but they're supposed to be teens.
Just make them adults then.
That's Hollywood's way of fucking
trying to normalize pedophilia. Well, it's not Hollywood because it was from France. But
yeah, well, France already normalized it. I'm just.
I mean, you're not totally wrong. I mean, that is where Roman Polanski went to hide.
Was it France?
Yeah. Yeah, Roman Polanski went to fucking hide in France because after he raped a 13-year-old, France wouldn't turn him in for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, so that's France.
I did not know it was France. Kim Possible was actually good. I like him.
Well, yeah, and that didn't do any of the gross shit we're talking about. That was actually a normal cartoon.
Yeah.
That was actually like reasonable and made sense to have,
That was like an actual person dealing with high school problems. She just happened to also be a spy.
Yeah, that I have no problem with Kim Possible. That show makes total sense. Delicious.
Oh, you and Fish.
Oh, fishy.
Mm-hmm.
More fishy. Wait, where was it?
Go back where. No, up. There.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sometimes it's just on the side of that bridge there for some reason.
Come on, Fish. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't mean to go on a rant, but like, yeah, there's a lot of anime that just straight up pisses me off.
Yeah. Needless to say, I don't watch the live-action Cowboy Bebop. I wouldn't recommend it.
Part of me is like got that morbid curiosity that I'm like, I kind of want to just see a little bit of how.
If you want to see how much they ruin fucking Vicious, go for it.
Right. The weeb stuff, the weeb stuff. But but I feel like a lot of stuff is totally the weeb stuff, even though it's the mainstream stuff people are super into. And I feel like a lot of that stuff is the weeb stuff still too.
I love the first time I heard that word. I was like in my first or second year at the college near here, and a girl. For some reason, I was telling some girl about you, and she said like, "Oh, is he a weeboo or whatever?" And I'd never heard, so it didn't even...
Like a weeble wobble?
Yeah, it didn't even go my ears right. I'm like, are you asking if he's a werewolf? What are you saying?
Werewolf. I think of Weebles. Weebles. Yeah. Is that Australian, like, kids band? Weebles?
Yeah.
That is? Yeah, I think that's right. Weeble wobble, they don't fall down. Weeble wobbles, but they don't fall down. The Wiggles.
The Wiggles, that's
so
right.
What is the Weebles? So what is the Weebles? I don't actually think I know what that is.
Damn, Sid, do you have no health bars right now?
Nope.
Oh shit. I'd hate to say you're not gonna make this Hades run. Well, once you get to Hades, it's
probably not. But hey,
I'm supporting you. I'm just saying it's not gonna happen.
You never support me. I just start this business by myself.
Hey man, I'll be fucking. I am here every week.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
What do we have here? Check the old well.
Well, there's
okay,
one.
got one left. Okay, that's good.
Got one back.
That will. That'll help.
Gotta find something for Cerberus.
Yeah.
Here's the fee.
Yeah, Karen, I hear you.
And then shit. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something else.
Weebles are Hasbro egg-shaped toys that wobble and can't fall. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually don't know if I've ever seen one of those or heard of that before.
I don't know. Is there anything weird or funny you watched this weekend?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I really can't think of any. Weebles are super old school as far as I know.
Sometimes it's hard to do on the spot and shit, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of like new stuff that came out or like interesting things that have happened, and I don't know. This last week I feel like was kind of slow, kind of a slow news week. I mean, I guess we could talk about the fact that Charlie Cox is officially coming back as Daredevil.
Yeah,
that's pretty
awesome.
fucking awesome.
That's very cool.
Like that, I mean, Kevin Feige just coming out and announcing it outright is kind of a big deal, I feel like. I can't help but think he just got tired of
people asking
him about it. He's like, fine, he's fucking coming back. Leave me alone.
Well, the publicity for this movie, yeah, it must be so fucking annoying because all they're gonna ask these quote-unquote journalists...
Why they even do interviews for some movies? It's like, you know you're not gonna get any interesting conversations out of these interviews.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And with a movie like this that's already been, like, leaked a lot and spoiled and whatever, it's just like all the journalists are going to ask about, like, so are they true? Are they true?
Yeah, are Toby and Andrew in it? Are they in it? Are they in it? Are they in
it? Even if they said yes, they'd be like, are they in it? Are they in it?
Yeah. Did you do it?
Did you do it?
That usually works.
Does it really?
No.
Good old Chief Wiggum.
Divine Dash.
Yeah. I'd like some Divine Hash.
Divine Hash? That sounds great.
Yeah. Some hashish, you know.
If I could smoke weed on the stream, I would.
We're allowed to do it before the stream, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Go for a Divine Hash brown.
Yeah, oh yeah. Some Divine corned beef and hash, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, now I want breakfast.
My plan worked.
Breakfast food, anyway.
Yeah, sure. Well, I got my bacon breakfast crunch wraps from Taco Bell,
That's
so I'm good on that.
Doesn't help me, you bastard. I'm just kidding.
I can feed you like a mother bird if you want.
No, I'm not interested in that. That sounds uncomfortable and weird.
Might be good for the stream, I don't know.
The chicken McMuffin. Was that McDonald's? They have a chicken McMuffin?
I did not know they had chicken McMuffin. You had the chicken McMuffin today for breakfast?
Not today, but in terms of in terms of fast food that you're a fan of.
Yeah, I liked Wendy's started to have a better fast food breakfast menu not too long ago.
I never tried that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, obviously, it's gonna give you a heart attack at 30, but you know, it was pretty yummy. It was a yummy heart attack.
I mean, I knew a dude that did cocaine and had a heart attack at like 20. So
shit. Somebody you went to Avalon with?
Oh, I hated him too. I was kind of glad when I heard about it. Actually.
Jesus Christ. I've never had I love A&W, but I've not ever had their breakfast food.
I didn't know they had breakfast at all.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do they have for A&W breakfast?
Yeah. Well, I'm very curious about that actually.
Cerberus impressed.
All right.
I feel like Donald Trump just staring into the sun right now.
With no sunglasses.
No sunglasses.
Wraps, egg, sausage sandwiches. Nice. Sounds good.
Awesome.
You did, though. I mean, I might be. I don't have a lot of health. Don't have a lot of health going into this.
Oh, so boy, did you ask her about how she came to join me in the underworld? Did you confirm all your suspicions?
You didn't drag her down to hell yourself, apparently. You're not going to tell me who did, though I can well imagine. Your brother's got to reign forever on Olympus.
Mama burgers?
Sent down into the underworld.
Yeah, interesting. What's a mama burger?
I gotta try that. So they give you a consolation prize.
Make such accusations knowing next to nothing. Careless as ever. Poseidon had nothing to do with it. He knows even less than you.
Poseidon knows jack shit.
Yeah, Poseidon's honestly not all there. You know, we tried to get him into a better school, but it just never worked out.
So some cool. You do always find out some little bits of lore from Hades himself, too. So it's kind of a twofer, Hades and Persephone. And this was at A&W?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's A&W. Oof, damn.
Yeah, I wish there were more A&Ws in the area. I mean...
Yeah, around us, there's not many of them.
Yeah.
Like, there was one in the airport when I worked over there.
There's one in the Mall of America.
Yeah. But I feel like there's not...
There's more in Wisconsin, there are more.
Yeah. We're up here in Minnesota.
We've got some, but you have to drive out of the cities, so...
Oh, I also got a thing where enemies drop health.
And sometimes they have those like A&W combo restaurants where it's like half the room is A&W and the other half of the room is like Taco Bell or Pizza Hut or something like that.
Used to have buckets of chubby chicken, but they seem to have made it defunct now. That sounds delicious, actually. Just the name chubby chicken.
Yeah. But I gotta try and lay off fast food for the most part anyways, but whenever I have a choice, you know, like A&W would be one of those better ones. Oh, get some help. Yeah.
That's one convenient thing about this run is I did get a little thing where enemies drop health.
Oh, sweet.
So that's somewhat
helpful.
Helpful, yeah.
Because that means they should be capable of dropping health for the rest of this boss fight.
Alright, I have officially downloaded that last health bar.
For anybody that doesn't know, watching Hades right now, Hades is the final boss fight of Hades, so... we did not come into this with the best odds, but, you know... That's true.
I mean, I do think that's a great Hades.
That is probably the best Hades. Like,
hey, there's just something so fun about that version of the character.
Oh yeah, that's why. This Hades is definitely the more classical, kind of intimidating.
That'd be a good mod for this. Hashtag not my Hades. That's funny.
I know. I want to go back. In the, like, Disney Hercules cartoon from, like, the 90s, which was the series of that movie, did they have James Woods voicing Hades in that animated series? I'm curious about that. Because I'd go back and watch more of that just to hear James Woods as Hades, if that was the case.
Totally. That was a great version of the character.
James Woods just has such an excellent villain voice anyways.
He does.
Some people consider him a villain in real life. and everything else. Oh shit. Like the Kingdom Hearts stuff and whatever. Cool.
Oh yeah, is he even the voice in the Kingdom Hearts games? That's another franchise I just never really got into.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive, honestly.
The other, like, really excellent villain I can think of that James Woods voiced is Owlman in Crisis on
Earth. Yeah, that was cool.
The DC animated film. he was an excellent, like, that he nailed
Nothing
what
matters.
that character was about. Yeah, the nihilism of that character.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's, I don't think, yeah, and James Woods is hilarious when he plays himself on Family Guy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, you know, it's a weird, I mean, yeah, I have no idea what James Woods is like as a person in real life, but pretty much every time he acts, he's pretty stellar in that thing. Is this Hades' first health bar?
Nope,
or
second one.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Got him.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And on that little health.
On like one health bar, extra health bar? Nice.
We're family. There's no escaping that.
Whew. Or House of Mouse. There was a great episode where Hades tried to ask Maleficent out. That's funny.
Ulysses said, I knew you could do it.
Oh, really? Did you?
Fails.
Yes.
Hey, we beat him twice today.
Fuck yeah, dude. We can probably go for one more.
Yeah, I think we can do one more for sure. I only said that as motivation. Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Yeah, by telling you that you suck, didn't that motivate you?
Yeah, no, so motivating.
Didn't that inspire you?
So
to
inspirational, you know, just like open up these curtains now that it's getting a little darker out here. Oh, no, I don't want to be that white.
No.
There we go.
Don't show us for the monsters that we are. Ooh, fish that fish, motherfucker.
Come on. The anticipation. This monster this whole time was mad.
Oh, another fucking trout. I want to get some goddamn salmon. Salmon is delicious, man.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, though, because I can't eat the fish in here.
Well, that means you aren't trying hard enough.
I mean, I wasn't trying hard enough. Okay.
Let's see what shit Mom has to say today.
All right.
To see you, but I need to ask something of you.
The fuck is that, Mom?
Oh, shit.
Both for your safety.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
What? Because of what would happen if the Olympians found out? So after everything, you're taking Father's side in all of this?
Huh.
I am. Father is no fool when it comes to matters such as this.
Family matters.
Besides, all that has happened, it's my fault.
It's ironic as the show became so much about Jaleel White's character that the family no longer mattered.
Right.
Got any cheese?
Your fault. So let's say you never left Olympus. Then it'd be just like you thought until quite recently, I think. That I'd never existed. Besides, they haven't found out any of this. What makes you so sure they will all of a sudden?
I gotta say, this is some real horseshit, Mom.
Yeah, fuck you, Mom.
Now that's the name of the game.
It's
not fuck you, Dad. It's fuck you, Mom.
Even her own powers aren't infallible. Each time you visit me, you are incurring risk. One small slip, and they shall find me.
Rob her house. Get off my back, woman!
one false move and they'll knock you down.
One false move, I'll knock you down. Why are you talking all this shit I ain't trying to hear?
Exactly. It fits perfectly right now. Motherfucker.
In my life. How can you just turn me away like this?
Like this. And then she just snaps her fingers and you die. That'd be awesome.
I cannot return. After all that happened between Hades and me, and everyone, I just cannot fathom the idea. Besides, the risks we're taking would be even greater if Olympus were to find me there with him and you.
Then you're just going to stay here, alone in the middle of nowhere, in this little garden, forever. After we part ways, just like that.
Sounds pretty nice when he puts it like that. I mean,
it
I'd
is a
stay there
garden.
too, yeah.
My son.
And she might even have Wi-Fi in there. I don't know.
I'm willing to bet she does not have the Wi-Fi.
I'm forever grateful to have finally met you. This is my home now, yes. While your home is below.
It's called retirement, Zach.
Yeah, be happy. Be happy for your mom for once, all right?
Do not return. I love you, Zagreus. Goodbye.
So if we make it through the whole thing again,
she's gonna be like, "Fuck
she's just
you."
not there.
Yep. You'll have to see first.
All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
If I can beat this next run, that's
We'll see it
three
Three
victories of
successfuls.
Hades in one day.
Yeah.
One stream.
That's all. Hopefully.
Yep.
All right. Let's do all the talking.
Oh yeah. Right.
And then we'll switch. And then.
Hey, you look like you could use some sleep.
Shut up, Hypnos.
Your Highness, over here. As you may know, lad, I have a connection to the weapons that you use, having once wielded one of them myself. Of course, not knowing its significance back then, but I digress. Sometimes it, well,
Ooh.
touch, and I have a vision.
This vision is gonna start to allow us to unlock the legendary form of the spear weapon. So we'll finally.
Okay, cool.
Varatha does some insane damage, but it's got a big downside. One big downside to it.
I saw a great bearded warrior, bigger than me, pitch black hair, bearing an aspect of Varatha unlike any with which I'm familiar. Then he was gone, but what still lingered were these words: "I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix."
I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix. I don't understand. What's that supposed to mean?
We're in the Aragon movie where she's like, "You will do great things in this life." What does that even mean?
That's another garbage adaptation.
Yeah.
They must be weapons of the Fates' design.
Me and Ulysses watched that when we were watching all our mythology movies. What a memory. Yeah. Fucking,
It's alright, I do the same thing, right?
I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix.
Yeah, I wonder if you go to the spear now, if you'll be able to unlock that aspect.
Cerberus remains resting steadfast.
Back soon, boy.
How are you finding my old trusty spear, then? Or perhaps you have a preference for my brothers and my sisters' former arms? Kept under lock and key, and yet they're now in your possession, it would seem.
The weapons in the courtyard. Of course you know about them by now. I stole them. Why not just take them from me? I'd be stuck.
The thought has long since crossed my mind. However, I'm not fool enough to tamper with those cursed things.
Interesting. Even he does not fuck with those.
Yeah, there's some of the aspects of these weapons the gods say that they're afraid of and shit. So.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Like the rail, they talk about the destructive damage of it. Just as a gun, even. They say, like, this weapon will end the world one day, basically, is kind of what they say.
Alright.
I learned from many different sources, Zagreus. That is, before all of my inspiration started coming from a single source. I credit my accomplishments to her and to Apollo and the gods.
To who does she? Oh, Eurydice, probably?
I'm assuming.
Okay.
It certainly paid off.
Zagreus, what is the matter, child? I sense your distress, not the specific cause.
Mother doesn't want to see me again. I mean, she asked me not to return. Thinks the risk is too great.
Oh. That is a fair enough assessment. What shall you do?
I'm going back.
I'd fuck with a chick with a voice like Nyx's, I gotta say.
Oh, Nyx is downright just like...
Downright DTF. I thought that's what
Definitely not what I was going to say. Cerberus is playing
go to the big ghost and see if he has anything to sell you.
Get more Titan blood.
Yeah, I always get more Titan blood. Because, yeah. Okay, then...
One more.
Okay, sweet. Like I said, we can just stockpile darkness for a while, and
Sure.
you know.
All right, and now at this point we will switch. Now, if you want to check out the spear and see if we can
I will.
do that real quick. Possibly,
Oh, hell yeah.
Sweet.
What do we got here? Guan Yu. That's it.
Awesome.
Oh, Guan Yu. The last time, one of these times I talked about this aspect of the spear, I said the aspect of Tian Yu, which is Ulysses' girlfriend.
Oh,
I didn't even... Let's see. Okay, well...
Hey, wife, though.
Let's unlock that. So, it decreases your health by 70%.
Wow.
But I'm gonna... So, we're only at 30 right now. But I'm gonna attempt it with the spear because...
It also does some really cool shit, too.
Well, it's just so damn powerful, the spear.
Sure. Alright, now, as you begin your run here, I'm gonna go run off to the bathroom real quick. If you would like to entertain the chat while I am gone, you let's talk about AIDS or, whatever you do.
Ulysses loves talking about AIDS and cannibalism.
Love talking about AIDS.
Let's see. Alright, anybody player of Hades, what keepsake should I go with here? Sage needs his daily fix of Green Lantern. Yes, he does. Believe me, I know. Let's see. I usually go with the owl Athena's keepsake. Oh yeah, that makes sense. that makes a lot of sense, Ulysses. What a better place to take a shit than in the presence of a piece of shit movie like Green Lantern. Let's see. Good point, Zagreus. Alright. Let's see.
Not a chance.
Alright. This is our third time playing Hades in this stream today, so... I'm sorry, Ulysses. I mean, I think Sage would like to watch Green Lantern, and I'll read this Athena bit. You brandished the eternal spear we call Varatha, so then it wasn't lost during the war, a magnificent weapon in deserving hands. That is very true. Alright, let's go with... what to go with here. Let's do Divine Strike. For anybody watching right now, my co-host, or the main host, Sage, he will be back here in just a minute. Thanks, Ulysses. That's like the best piece of advice I've ever heard. And I am now smarter for having heard it. Let's see. Oh, did you? Alright, let's get out of this chamber. Ulysses, did you hear when Sage said he loves getting railed?
Much better.
I assume you were here during that time, but I'll say it again when he gets back, but I just like talking about it. No, but, well, they are reduced, actually, yeah. So if you get, like, the usual plus 15 health thing there, then it'll only be, like, plus 3 or something like that. So, yeah, you're actually
I see Ulysses is giving wonderful advice.
Yeah.
Bathroom always means that. Fuck you! Fuck you and your Green Lantern bullshit.
Oh, the rail. Oh, yeah, they have to remind me. Sage loves getting railed. I told them I'd say that again when you got back,
okay.
so you'd remember.
It's all about that life. Last stream, he was bragging about fucking dudes. Mostly Alex. I mean,
Alex loves dudes.
Alex loves dudes, but he loves dude gnomes.
Yeah,
The thing.
that's
He loves
right.
dude gnomes.
Yeah, he's not into those girl gnomes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, aren't all gnomes hermaphroditic?
Yeah.
Because they've got the dick under their hat and then the
Yeah.
pussy
Oh, that's
behind
right.
their
Oh,
beard.
yeah. We discovered
Yeah.
the secret of the gnome.
They've got the hats hide their dick, and then
Yeah, and they fuck each other in the chin.
Yeah.
That's gnome
Yeah.
science. Really.
there's gnome science. Definitely gnome science. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, hey, roll dude.
Mystics. Wasn't that no mystics?
What's that?
No mystics. Isn't that the science of gnomes?
Oh, no mystics. That's great. Yeah, Michael, you're not listening to me.
Shut up. Fucking hands. So handsy with me. I don't like this shit. Uh-oh, no. Wait a minute.
Oh, hey, Ulysses, by the way, we are at 188 followers now. Ryan Maltby's going to shout out to David the Gnome. Oh, I wish Alex was here to hear that.
Yeah, he loves
hates
David
that.
Gnome. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. He loves that show. Oh, I had to correct myself there.
Yeah.
I almost said the wrong one.
You don't want to...
He does love that show. Alex loves that show.
Yeah. He doesn't shut up about it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he's constantly. He's on and on and on
He's
about
always
David
like,
the
what's
Gnome.
that gnome's name again?
Yeah, he's always
doing
asking
that.
about
Yeah,
that. Like,
Let's see.
but no, Ulysses, we're at 188 followers now. Only 12 more to get that end of year goal that we're pushing. We're getting real close.
And if we get enough, we'll see the end of that hole. And by that hole, I
What?
mean your hole. Oh.
No.
Did you promise that?
No.
Subscriber promise that?
No. To watch in the morning between Eureka's Castle. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
could start an OnlyFans, I guess, but
And, yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to see that, but...
just make 12 dummy. I'm not making 12 dummy accounts. I'm gonna let them be real followers. I'm not doing that. In between Eureka's Castle. No,
Sage, you're doing that?
no, I'm not doing an OnlyFans. You know Chris has an OnlyFans.
Are you serious? Oh, well, for comedic purposes.
Yeah, he puts on like a really really gangly, kind of weird looking like Sonic costume and reads erotic Sonic fan fiction.
Well, that's funny.
So that's
very funny.
He's using
He's using
by
it
Prime
wisely.
Fuse at 123 wearelegit.org. That is actually like how like ridiculous the bots are though when they do come in and post that message.
Right.
Still like the idea of a Puritan hot tub chat. Ulysses actually had this really funny idea.
Pure.
Because there's these hot tub streams
the
on
Twitch,
right?
tot streamers, yeah.
So Ulysses had the idea that what if we did a hot tub stream where we actually dressed in the most like actual pilgrim with the buckle hats and everything, like the conservative clothing possible, but sat in the hot tub when we did it. I did think that would actually be kind of
like
funny.
that idea a lot,
You
yeah.
can label it as a hot tub stream, but then you go in there and it's a bunch of dudes dressed like pilgrims. I think there's some comedic value to that.
Oh, hell yeah. Shit. I
Your
wouldn't
health
lie.
or you got a double boon.
Ooh, that's actually a hard decision.
Both of those are helpful.
Boons or health, people? Let's see.
I'm gonna say health, but I don't know. Just because you're so low.
Damn it. Yeah, you're right. I'll play
Things get
conservatively.
spicy when the belt buckle comes off those hats. The strip tease is just like undoing the belt on the fucking hat.
See, with this weapon, like, some enemies are KO'd with one hit.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fucking great. We also were talking. We already want to do bad games at some point and totally do like the Mystery Science Theater thing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Condemned 2 has been talked about for a long time. And me and Michael, Ulysses, me and Michael were just today talking about like doing like a Sonic Adventure, or maybe something like that. Maybe
that would be hilarious.
For like a bad gameplay thing. There's a lot of Sonic games, honestly. You could put into that category.
Oh, yeah.
Alex really wants to do trash games.
Oh,
like he really wants to do trash.
Alex
games.
lives in the trash.
Some say he even sleeps.
Some say he is trash. No, just kidding.
Yeah, Audrey called me like 4 times last night.
What?
Yeah, I was in the middle of stuff, but like I couldn't answer. But he called me like 4 times.
You should have him on the stream. Just talk to him over the phone on speaker. While
I don't know about that. I've told him he can come into the chat if he wants to, but. And he has an account. It's Blue Wing 2020 is his Twitch account he made.
Okay.
Because, mine is Red Wing, and he has no creativity in
You just called, oh my god.
Yeah, because there's no creativity in the man's mind.
That's why I think people may find it entertaining to hear him on speaker on the stream. But the second he just started becoming bored or whatever, I just,
Right. Well, I mean, my encouragement I encourage him to come and be in the chat, because then he can...
That's too complicated for him to...
Well, he's been in there a couple times. Once or twice when me and Ulysses were doing our playthrough of Resident Evil 7 back in, like, May.
Mm.
And we haven't even tried fighting Charon yet.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been an opportunity yet, but
well, there was one time.
Oh, was there?
There was one time,
was there.
but we
okay.
didn't do it because we didn't feel like we were far enough in the game, or like,
sure. Okay. Yeah, no, he will wipe the fucking floor. Murder.
Well, hey, let's see if there's been any interesting news stories that have dropped just since we've been streaming.
Oh yeah, right.
Sometimes I'll end the stream and I'll look online and there will be some shit that we like totally missed because of
oh shit.
Let's see. Oh, well, there's casting for Tails in the second Sonic movie.
Oh my god, who is it?
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
Who?
Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
I know who that is.
I don't.
Who the fuck is that?
I have no idea. Venom 3 officially has been announced.
Oh, fantastic. It's the woman who voices Tails in the game. Is it really?
I always thought Tails was a chick.
What? Well, that makes sense, but why didn't they just get the other voice actors from the games then?
I mean, they didn't get Sonic.
Isn't there like an inconsistent casting of fucking...
Well, I mean, when did they ever cast the same people? From a game adaptation.
Well, apparently Tails, I guess.
Oh, wait, no, it is the same...
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, so that is the same person. Okay, I misunderstood. Yeah. Well, yeah, that is weird then. That's very strange that they would do that. Huh. What?
Sorry,
okay.
I'm just answering a text
No, something
real
important
quick.
comes up, dude. That's okay. Interesting. Another leprechaun, Ulysses said, is the last name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, sadly, is the unfortunate fact that we all expected but feared is that there will be a Venom 3. You just texted me that.
Oh, I texted you that?
You just texted, you just texted me. But yeah, sadly there will be a Venom 3, which, I mean, we knew that was going to happen, but...
Let's go up.
Well, I'm glad you were sitting right next to me to tell me that the text got...
just sent to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Venom 2. I don't really want to, but
it was not good.
Ulysses, I'm gonna make you watch that one with me. We'll get drunk and high.
I mean, I'll watch it with you guys at the time because
we should make Alex suffer through it though. We gotta make Alex suffer.
I slept through half the movie, so
I'm in for a treat. I think I'm in for a pile of shit. This is what I'm in for. But yeah, so you slept through some of it. So you didn't
I
even
haven't seen it all. Yeah.
So there you go.
Because it was a boring piece of crap.
I mean, I hated the first one so much that I don't see any
like I said,
world in which I will enjoy it.
The first movie was a little less boring.
Sure. The second one was just even more boring. Oh, Ulysses has something to tell us about. Are you waiting until you're here so you can tell me on the stream, Ulysses? Is that why you're not saying it now? Let's save it for the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, how about the fact that MODOK and King the Conqueror are going to be villains in Ant-Man 3, and that Ant-Man 3 is like shaping up to be like probably after Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, one of the crazier upcoming movies.
Well, it's cool they're getting really high concept with all the insect movies, you know.
Yeah, the Spider-Man and Ant-Man.
Oh.
Oh, well, hey, here's some interesting news. You know that Nickelodeon Smash Bros. Ripoff?
Yeah.
That just came out? Garfield is getting added as the first DLC character.
Was he going to throw lasagna at you and shit?
At least he won't talk, because that's actually one of the criticisms of that game, is they literally, no character has a voice in it.
Mm. I think this is where he talks to Eurydice about maybe hooking up with Orpheus.
Oh.
Oh, don't you suppose you've got a parchment copy?
Don't suppose you've got a parchment copy I could have?
Yeah, I'm looking. There's not a lot of other interesting stuff. Viacom owns the rights to Garfield. I just don't want to see Garfield anywhere, personally.
Yeah. What's that?
I just don't want to see Garfield anywhere. I hate Garfield. Garfield sucks. Who thinks Garfield is funny?
Bill Murray didn't.
Yeah, he thinks Garfield sucks.
He said it was his one regret in Zombieland was Garfield.
I believe that. It should be.
Let's see.
Now you got a cat and a dog sleeping on your coat.
Yeah.
Hey, Biscuit. Funny cat.
Fucking cat.
I said funny.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like fucking cat.
You see that you say that in front of my Garfield plush? Do you really have a Garfield plush? And yes, I will. I don't like Garfield. Like, to each their own, but Garfield is like...
Well, Garfield can be funny, but it's
like... Not to me. You don't? Hashtag sad.
Exactly.
When is Okay, Michael, you tell me, when has Garfield been funny?
In the comic strips.
No, I hate those comic strips.
You never...
Yes,
you don't know how to read.
Yes, I do. Oh, Aphrodite's Ape.
Shit, I should have... I already... That was just a pomegranate. Alright, let's see... I'm gonna go Aries on this one.
Sony vice president fired after getting caught in alleged pedophile sting.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that happened. That's just
those are the kind of things I don't like hearing about.
I mean, I like that they're being caught.
Yeah, for sure, but...
It sucks that they exist, but when I hear a pedophile, like, actually got caught, then, I mean, I like hearing that, because at least...
Yeah, but now it's like, knowing how many of them there are, it's like a drop in the bucket. You hear about it once, it's like, you know...
Fair. There's a trailer for the MacGruber series on PK. They made a MacGruber series?
They're making a Jack Reacher series.
Oh, they're really reaching with that one.
But it's starring the guy that plays Hawk from the Titans TV show and played Aquaman in Smallville.
I mean, based on him playing Aquaman in Smallville, I don't like him.
Well, I do like that, actually, and I even in Smallville, like...
Wait, Lawrence Fishburne is in the MacGruber series? The irony is it dropped the same day as the Matrix trailer, and who shows up in the MacGruber trailer? Lawrence Fishburne. Jesus. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never found MacGruber all that funny. Like, it was just an SNL skit.
Well, I like the short MacGruber skits.
It was better as something that lasted for 30 seconds.
I didn't see the movie with Ryan Phillippe.
I saw the movie. I was not a big fan. I'm very skeptical of them making an entire series out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, maybe they have something working. They even, see, that's the thing, is even the skits were hit or miss. Like, sometimes I did think they were funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes I rolled my eyes and cringed at them.
Mm-hmm. I do remember
Tim really was not here long.
What's that?
Tim really was not here very long.
Oh, in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I guess he had shit to do. I'm probably not going to make it that run. This run, which is also fine because during the peak season, this basically just the month of December, I do have to go in a half hour earlier to work.
Sure.
So
well, I mean, let's just say whenever this run ends, if you do die or whatever, this will be the end of the stream today.
Okay.
Whenever this particular run ends. But hey, I mean, we're just about to hit the 3-hour mark, so this is already a longer than usual stream that we've gotten to do.
Yeah, no, this felt like a more satisfying Hades stream overall, for sure. Someday I'd like to go back when I'm not the one playing and look up more of the amalgam characters again and go over that list some more because I didn't finish. And
well, if let's say tomorrow you're unsure of whether you're able to, me and Tim will be streaming Sekiro starting around 3 p.m. tomorrow, maybe 3:15. Just to we'll see exactly. It should be right around 3 p.m. though. Yeah. If you happen to, find that you do have the time, or you are like, all right, let me, I can work this in there. Just show up.
Okay. Yeah, for
just
sure.
show up and knock on the door. Honestly, because we'll just be streaming and hanging out anyway. Either way, and if that does happen to work out, and you do end up being here for part of the Sekiro stream tomorrow, you can read some amalgam characters then.
Awesome.
If not, then maybe next week.
For sure.
So. I like Tim's commentary on the amalgam characters. I thought that was fun because he hadn't heard of them before, I don't think at all.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So his kind of fresh reaction to hearing about all these stupid fucking characters was kind of fun.
My favorite is still the New York Special Crimes Unit. That one's just awesome.
Yeah, it just doesn't
because it's not even a superhero team.
No, it's the New York Special Crimes Unit. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's some good writing right there.
Is it good writing? Is it?
I mean, I never read it. It could be like the most fantastic story ever written, but I doubt it.
I just want to know if it's got Christopher Maloney in it or not.
It should. It should.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Anything with a cop should have Christopher Maloney in it. Just anything.
Damn, man, you took a quick look at that.
Yeah, but like I said, that health bar is the downfall.
It makes a big,
Once you max up the spear, that aspect of the spear all the way,
then the health is a little
you
less.
start with 50 health as opposed to 30. So that's always a little. And you can get it up to 100 health even with that.
Okay.
So you have to work at it. Yeah, see, not doing it quite as great here.
Glass cannon build. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Probably should have waited just till the tail end, but
whatever.
It was going to do the same amount of damage no matter what. So.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I think was this the first time that you've been here co-hosting with me that we've actually gotten that double toasted bread?
Yes, yeah, it is.
That's pretty cool, right? We're double toasted.
Just to see that number pop up to 35. Watching, is awesome.
Yeah, I've had, I think the most I've ever had is one time Chris rated me. I think I was playing Returnal and there was like 70 people.
Holy shit.
Which is just nuts.
That's very, oh shit. Yeah.
Fucking surreal. I mean, that's part of why I want, that's what, if I was going to attribute, like, this is what made me want to get into this in the first place, it was watching all those years of watching Spill and then Double Toasted.
Loading bar, Rage
Select, like watching all that stuff for so long. Like that is absolutely what made me want to get into this. And then especially even more recently going on and kind of hanging out with Chris on his own smaller channel, where because there are less overall people there, I actually get to talk to him a bit more.
That's cool.
And I feel like, like getting to know him just a tiny bit even has really, I don't know, encouraged me mentally to want to do this that much more.
I forgot Eurydice gave us a keepsake here too.
Oh, okay. And is this all of the ones that are in the game?
Yeah.
Right? Is this right? So,
yeah.
So we should figure out... yeah. Shout out to fucking the Chat Attack and Julie and Mr. Humdinger and... Actually, I don't know if I know Wardair. Wardair, is that the name of his Twitch... or their Twitch channel or whoever? Wardair. I actually don't know if I know that one. Let me look that up.
But the keepsakes for a lot of the gods, especially like the main Olympians, basically all their keepsakes do is if you have it on at the time and you encounter that god, you have a greater chance of getting a higher rarity of boon. That's all it does.
The Black Canadian. I actually don't know if I recognize him, to be honest. Looking at his channel there, I'm gonna have to go in and watch some of his stuff then, though. I just pulled him up and looked him up here and followed him, so I can check him out later. But I actually don't know if I don't think I knew him before, which is funny considering how long I've been watching. And to be fair, I did not actually participate in the fan community of Double Toasted until pretty much this year.
Oh, for sure.
I really only ever I watched the videos, but I never sent in questions. I never tried talking to them on the show. I never tried interacting with the rest of the fan. I never did that until recently. And I'm glad I'm doing it now because I've met some really cool people and other streamers on here. But that's probably why I didn't know Wardair. But hey, I'm doing it now. So
exactly.
Although I will say, we did send in a question to the 24-hour stream that Corey did after Spill got shut down.
Oh yes, I remember.
And before Double Toasted was really a thing yet. We stayed awake for that whole 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
And I do remember we sent in a question to Cargill specifically, and he actually answered it. So I remember that being a really cool moment.
That was fun for me because I wrote a long question, so I was happy they read it all.
Yeah.
And I basically did suck Cargill's dick quite a bit in that message.
Because you're talking about how great his book was.
I said it was the best book I'd read that year, and I said Carlisle is God. I said
just really trying to just praise him as much as you possibly
can. And then Cargill's first thing he said was like, "Well, you're full of shit, but thank you." That's it.
I do. Yeah, I remember that.
And he gave a very thorough, at least 10-minute long answer to my question.
Yeah, he really
why he watched Arrow and shit like that.
Yeah, he really got. Yeah, no, he really did. He really did.
So I still go back every once in a while and listen to him give that answer.
When I meet Cargill, I'll tell him I'm the guy who made you watch Follow That Bird. What is Follow That Bird?
Yeah, what is that?
What's that? I genuinely want to know, what is Follow That Bird?
One of them's not going to like this.
One of them's always got some shit to say, so. Let's see here.
He won't stand for this.
Sesame Street movie. I got him and Brian Salisbury
awesome.
to review it on their podcast Junk Food Cinema 2 years ago when Sesame Street turned 50.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I got Chris to put Dragonlance on his list of movies
Oh,
to review.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I still need to see. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, so at some point,
I still need to see Dragon.
Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid.
Sounds like a lot of fun though.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Dragonlance is one of the funniest like bad movies I think I've ever seen. It was delish. I think it's one of those that actually kind of made me like cry a little bit, like because I was laughing so hard.
Oh shit.
Like there's a because they like mix like 2D and 3D animation together, and the 2D animation is like on par with like 80s.
Wow.
Oh shit! Partially the reason Corey was able to review Garbage Pail Kids because I gave him my autographed copy of the Blu-ray. Damn! Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be like.
And that Garbage Pail Kids review is
that was hilarious.
One of their funniest ones.
Yeah, that was really good too. So hey, good on you for helping make that happen. Seriously, I would love to say because honestly, my hope was that Chris would see Dragonlance, see how unbelievable it was, tell Corey about it, and then Corey would do. Most degree series. Oh, that's awesome. He had an actual autograph for that. That is awesome. That is hilarious.
Oh, shit.
That just adds to that review even more now to know that. But like my hope was that Chris would see how ridiculous the Dragonlance movie was, and then tell Corey about it, and then maybe Corey would even do a bad movie review of it at some point.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that'll happen or not. We shall see. But
Carrie Elway is cool.
Well, if you want to talk to everybody and then get to the little training dummy room, and
that'll be the end of our stream for today.
That'll be the end of the stream today. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This has been a pretty damn good one, though.
Yeah.
And we have Ryan. Ryan is. I'm pretty sure this is your first time really being in the chat, right? Ryan, I believe. I mean, I know I've seen you in Chris's chat, and I've seen you in Double Toasted's chat, so I know I absolutely remember you from those. But I don't think you've ever really been here before. So this has been really cool to have you hang out with us.
This is kind of a plot-relevant dialogue between Hades and Nyx.
When have I even once been unaware of precisely what I mean to do? I shall bring no harm to the Queen.
A wizard is never late.
Yeah, rhymes precisely what he means to.
Harm to the Queen? Wait, what are you talking about?
Child, Zagreus, do you intend to betray the presence of your birth mother to the Olympians?
No, of course not. She seems content to be all on her own.
You take his word for it. How can you trust him not to ruin everything?
Precisely how I trusted him to get us to this point.
Interesting. Interesting. All right. Huh.
Is dutifully sitting there as ever.
That narrator does crack me up.
Yeah.
You're still extremely proud of it. Oh, you got Corey to review the Baby Huey movie too? Damn, you've been responsible for a few of the bad movie reviews then. Also has my DVD signed by Carrie Elwes and Christopher Lloyd of Oogie Loves. That's great. And the Mighty Kong.
Oogie Loves was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got some influence then on Double Toasted. That's awesome, dude. Again, really happy to have you come hang out with us like this. This has been really fun. This has been a good stream today.
See, I can get to I want to get that one song real quick if I can.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see. I think it's the Bloodlust.
Well, hey, if you ever want to push Dragonlance towards Corey, I really think that movie is like kind of unbelievable. I mean, there's dragons that look like uncircumcised penises at one point. There's a dragon that's the CGI is so bad it looks like a Crayola box of crayons. It's unbelievable. And the thing about Dragonlance that is really unbelievable to me is that it was made in 2008. And the 2D animation looks like it's from the fucking 80s. And the CG animation looks like Transformers Beast Wars, like the original. Yeah, the heroes do. They just throw a random guy into a fireplace at one point. It's pretty goddamn funny. Or like, I mean, they have massive battle sequences of 2D and 3D characters, and it's 80s 2D with early 90s 3D animation, right? And they're mixing them together and trying to have these character models like physically interact with each other, and it just looks like such shit. But then you've got then the voice cast is like Lucy Lawless, Michael Rosenbaum, fucking
really,
yeah, it's this like weirdly like talented voice cast. Like, before we stop, actually, let me pull up the voice cast for that Dragonlance movie, because it is bizarre.
Oh, God. Skelly, what did you do?
Relax, boy. I just had a little chat with your old servant platter over there after you left is all. That thing hits pretty hard. So then I say to it, I see it through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix.
Oh shit, is that the shield? The Captain America shield thing?
So you carelessly spoke secret words imparted by the Fates themselves to an infernal weapon forged at the dawn of God. Say, did you walk up to Aegis or just shout over your shoulder?
Over my shoulder. Anyway, what happened next was nothing. Your Aegis kept on bobbing like a dummy. So then I went and said that mumbo jumbo to every other weapon, but nope.
For anybody that doesn't know Hades, the game here, this is Skelly, the Irish skeleton here.
I miss my fancy sorcery already.
Okay, let me read this off to you. So you got Michael Rosenbaum, Kiefer Sutherland, Lucy Lawless, Michelle Trachtenberg's not that famous.
Sure, well, Buffy.
Phil Lamar, D. Bradley Baker's a fairly well-known voice actor. I thought there was at least one more big one. Maybe that's it. But that's already like a lot for something that is a complete pile of garbage.
Right. Totally.
But all right, yeah, that's gonna be the fucking stream.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one, man. That was a really good one.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, Ryan. Jason Marsden. Oh yeah, Jason Marsden. I did see that on there because that was the other one. Yeah, seriously, Ulysses, thanks for hanging out all the way to the end. Ryan, thank you for coming to hang out with us. This has been awesome to talk to you a little bit more. I mean, I know we had Deadringer Koss in here. Chris Ayers was in here. We got that raid from Double Toasted was fucking great. And let's go raid someone and push that goodwill onto somebody else. There we go. Do Horton. Horton's a cool streamer.
Cool. Spread that AIDS all around, you know.
Yeah, let's go forth and spread the AIDS.
The AIDS of the gods.
The AIDS of the gods. Alright, we got a little countdown. But seriously, yeah, have a good rest of your day, everybody. If you do want to come back and hang out with us at all, we will be streaming in about 2 hours exactly. We'll be playing some Hotline Miami 2 with myself and another one of our co-hosts. But have a good night, otherwise. Awesome. Yeah. I know, after